We were criminals, friends, and then we became guardians.
On May 5th.
Are you ready for one last ride?
Let's make it count.
Summer begins.
I will destroy the Guardians
with their final tour.
It's a face-off. I guess we'll die trying.
I am Groot.
I know who you are already!
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Rated PG-13 in theaters May 5th.
Hello and welcome to the red carpet world premiere of Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, live from Hollywood. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Raylo. And listen, James, I was excited before this, but the energy, as you can hear around us, is so palpable tonight. It's incredible, and soon we're going to actually be able to share the stage with the cast and the creative team that brought this incredible story to life.
That's right, and when Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 hits theaters in the U.S. on May 5th, this will mark the third film in the Guardians franchise and the 32nd film in the MCU, if you can believe it. Now, with this next film, we are now rocking further into Phase 5, which is what we are here to celebrate tonight with the cast and the crew. And Ray, you know, with this third film, it does mark the final chapter of the Guardians team as we know it.
It's crazy. It really has been almost a decade. Yeah. It was 2014 when we first saw the Guardians take to the big screen in Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's right, and you know, it was in that film that our lovable rogues first teamed up in order to take on Ronan the Accuser, a Kree warlord, and if memory serves me correctly, Ray, they were able to defeat him with some pretty sweet dance moves.
Are you gonna pass it over here?
Take it.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Well,
I'm
pretty sure they brought those pretty sweet dance moves also into Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. If you remember that opening scene with Baby Groot plugging into music, and they had further adventures. You know, they met up with the Celestial Ego, who was a little power hungry, to say the least.
A little bit.
And then also turned out to be Peter Quill's dad.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they had to fight another bad dad, but in Thanos, who, of course, raised Gamora and Nebula.
I mean, honestly, Ray, whether they were fighting their fathers or, let's face it, fighting each other, you know, this band of misfits were still able to come together and form this beautiful found family of their own.
You know what, family, it is such a central theme of this film and this trilogy as a whole. But you know what? We also have our own Marvel family with us here tonight.
That's
hey,
right.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, look at them. They're so ready. All right, if you all are ready for Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, make some noise! They are so hyped. I think they heard them on the Guardians headquarters of nowhere, right?
All the way on nowhere.
All the way on nowhere they heard them.
Well, I got to bring us back down to Terror because we are high above Hollywood Boulevard in the Ray Dolby Ballroom. I mean, we have such incredible sets surrounding us right now, incredible costumes, and of course, all of these amazing cosplayers and fans.
I mean, there's just so much. You can see them right there. Like, it's, you know, some of the Galaxy's best cosplayers here. And, you know, all the action is being presented to you all by Lego Marvel. And we want to thank you all at home for tuning in tonight. And you can catch all the action all night long over at marvel.com/Guardians Premiere. And you can follow us along on all of our social media channels so you don't miss a moment of the action. You can follow along. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can always just follow at Marvel or that hashtag that you see right there, because we want you all to join in on the conversation, because tonight it's all about you, the fans.
I mean, we're gonna need all of the help that we can get to lead this carpet, because this is really bigger than just the two of us on this stage here.
I mean, it truly is, you know, and it really is a family affair. So we had to, you know, bring in, you know, we had some reinforcements that we had to bring in here because the carpet is so massive. You know, I kind of think of us as the, you know, guardians of the purple carpet here.
Ooh,
yeah, you like that?
We're
yeah,
a
like
superpower team. Well, let us say hello to our other guardians then, Tamara Krinsky and Josh Soleil.
Hello, we are so happy to be the guardians of the purple carpet. Hello to everyone watching on the live stream. I'm Tamara Krinsky.
And I'm Josh Soleil, going to be right in the middle of all the action this side of the Ray Dolby Ballroom.
That's right. We are thrilled to be here at the world premiere of Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And we are going to be having some conversations with folks from the extended Marvel universe, from different films and series, as well as some really exciting conversations with an incredible group of creators.
And there's going to be so much going on here. People are going to be lining up behind us on their way to the premiere. We We can't wait to talk to them, to see them. We're going to be your eyes and ears for all you fans watching at home.
That's right. And Josh, I cannot wait to see this movie. I mean, it is the epic conclusion to an incredible story arc with this group of Guardians.
Oh man, the emotions are sure to run very high. This is the last time we'll see a Guardians in our current form. I don't know if I'm ready for this tomorrow.
You will be just fine. I will be right there by your side with a big box of tissues. But before we head to the big screen a little bit later, I'm really excited to talk to people here tonight on the purple carpet. So I say let's get this thing started, right?
Heck yeah.
All right, well, let's toss it back to the head of the carpet and see what's going on over there.
Thank you, Tamara and Josh. I mean, I think we're ready for a party, too.
We are, but before we get this party started, we had to bring in one more person because this carpet is so massive and we don't want you all to miss a single moment of the carpet. And this guy's going to be working every inch of this, bringing you all the action, and is none other than our Justin Warner. Justin Warner, where are you and what are you bringing the fans tonight?
Thank you. Indeed, Justin Warner here. I am once again the man with the fans, and I gotta ask these fans, who's ready for tonight? The energy here is just out of control. And speaking of out of control, there are so many exciting things to see on this carpet. I am going to try and get my hands, or at least my eyes, on absolutely every bit. So you're going to want to stay tuned to see what I see and experience what I experience. Back to you in the front.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin. You know, he's going to be getting his steps in today.
Well, have fun out there, then.
All right. You know, we got to talk about this film that is going to be hitting theaters in the U.S. on May 5th.
Well, in Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we're going to catch up with our Guardians who are trying to rebuild a home base on Nowhere, which, if you remember, is a disembodied celestial head. There's no better way to say that. And it was sadly destroyed in Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War by Thanos.
Yeah, and they're rebuilding their base there on Nowhere, and as they're just trying to get things started there, they then get brutally attacked, or are going to have to band together in order to save one of their own.
Now, the cast and crew of this film is truly special. I mean, they've created an amazing film that you have to see first in U.S. theaters, as you said, on May 5th. And James, I'm pretty sure tickets are available now.
That is right.
Now.
And they are loving this so much. We've been seeing you all just so hyped for this movie. I mean, the millions upon millions of views and all of the comments. You all are so excited for this film, and so are we.
I mean, we cannot wait to talk to the stars of this film. And the carpet is opening up very soon. But in the meantime, let's take another look at Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 official trailer. Check it out now.
We were gone for quite a while. But no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians.
Hello, we come in peace.
Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude?
No! Ow!
Don't forget where we came from.
We have been running our whole lives.
Pete, I'm done running. We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever and beautiful sky.
And we'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
Gosh, I get chills every single time.
And look, did you see that? I mean, the cosplayers are just out of this world. That was the real life Yondu right there.
I miss Yondu.
It was right there. But, just looking at that trailer, I mean, it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. It's something that James Gunn and the team do so well of just going back from funny to sad to action-packed. It's going to be an amazing ride.
I mean, that heart and humor, and that trailer gave us such great insight. We got to see a new spaceship. We got to see Adam Warlock in all of his gold glory. We got to see Lila the Otter.
Yeah, there's just so much to tease, to look forward to, and I just am so excited for this night. Ray, is there anything that you're really looking forward to for this evening?
Oh my goodness. Well, obviously, talking to the cast, I would love to hear just what it's like to come together after this emotional journey, to kind of hear how they've all evolved together. That's really what's happened.
Right, yeah, and it's been so much of an evolution over the last 2 years, and so same thing, I'm looking forward to getting to really dive into how they were going to push the envelope on this one for one last ride for the Guardians team as we know it, And speaking of, there's so many fans around here,
really
and I'd love to get in touch. Like, look at them, they're just so hyped over there. The fans, they're just so incredibly excited. You can see them. And I think right now we should go talk to our fan on the floor, Justin Warner, who's with some fans right now.
Indeed, Justin Warner here with our incredible fans, and we're getting an inside look at how you can bring a bit of the Guardians adventure home with you, paid for by Lego Marvel. Here we have 3 brand new sets that are all available to purchase now, and myself and these awesome Guardians cosplayers are going to give you a little tour around the Guardians Lego universe. So adventures start right here at the Guardians of the Galaxy headquarters. Marvel movie fans will recognize this superhero base is inspired by Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Inside, you got the tools, you got the tech, and most importantly, you got the table around which Groot and Star-Lord minifigures plan their next exciting mission. Helping us to introduce the minifigures is Andrew. And you can see here that Groot and Star-Lord are complete with their new looks inspired by the film. So if you want to get that custom look, you got to get some of these sets. Next up, we have the newest Guardians ship, which will take our fans to a universe of imaginative play. The versatile spaceship features an opening cockpit with room for 3 minifigures, a secret compartment for other minifigures, storage spaces for weapons and accessories, and 2 small but incredible spaceships that detach from the mothership. If you love minifigs, and I know you do, because I sure do, this is a set for you. In the hands of Amelia and Margaret, you can see this set comes with minifigures of Manus, Drax, Star-Lord, Nebula, and Adam Warlock. Last up, what's not to love? This is Baby Rocket's ship, which is a buildable toy that recreates the spaceship that Baby Rocket uses to travel in the movie. The craft features an opening cockpit, adjustable landing gear, and 2 stud shooters. The set comes with this Baby Rocket figure, which is so cute I can barely talk, as well as an adult Rocket minifigure seen here with Liz to inspire even more Guardians of the Galaxy action. Fans, we don't want to keep all of the action to ourselves. So for our amazing cosplaying helpers, as well as some of you fans here, we have all 3 of these Guardian sets for you to take home with you. Oh man, oh man. Let's hand them out. Well, now that we've gotten a taste of these sets here on the on the carpet, I want to let you all know at home that you can see them in action too. So let's see what our hero friends are embarking on in this piece, paid for by Lego Marvel.
In my universe, I dream up the best team-ups. Siblings work together. And no matter where the adventure takes us, we always come out on top. Build the universe in you. Lego Marvel Avengers and Lego Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy sets, each sold separately.
And we are just moments away from the carpet officially opening up, where the stars and the creative team are gonna be here, surrounded by their fans, as we celebrate the world premiere of Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
And remember, we want you all to join in on the conversation. Of course, you can always go to our social channels at Marvel and use the hashtag to talk with us tonight. James and I have said, this world premiere is too big for just the 2 of us. We have such a stacked cast returning with this team. So remember to check out your socials all night tonight to keep up.
Absolutely, because sometimes you all are seeing things that we don't see. So again, really, it is a family affair. Yes. You all are part of the team here. So what is happening? We want to hear from you. Now, speaking of, we want to go, and as we know that this carpet is so huge, so we want to go and check in on our friends at the other end of the carpet, over to Josh and Tamara. What's going on?
Hey, Marvel fans! Have you heard of Disney Movie Insiders? It's an incredible opportunity for fans to get rewarded for movies that they love.
That's right. Disney Movie Insiders rewards you for being a Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, or Marvel Studios fan. You collect points, and the points you collect can be used for very cool rewards like movie posters, movie ticket vouchers, collectibles, gift cards, and even tickets to see world premieres of movies like this one.
Head to DisneyMovieInsiders.com right there on your screen and sign up now. Membership is free.
And to celebrate the premiere of Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Disney Movie Insiders is giving you the chance to win a member-exclusive collectible oversized shield pin before it's available for members to redeem. You'll be able to see it on your screen in just a sec. The substantial pin replicates the SHIELD logo found on the Guardians' new outfits in the film. It's the Disney Movie Insiders Supernova Sweepstakes starting today only on Instagram. So get out your phone, scan the QR code on screen, or visit the Disney Movie Insiders Instagram page at Disney Movie Insiders to enter for a chance to win this fantastic pin. This is truly a piece that every Marvel collector would love to add to their collection.
And from now through opening day, May 5th, visit the Disney Movie Insiders Instagram page at Disney Movie Insiders and enter the sweepstakes for a chance to win this pin. And don't forget to sign up to be a Disney Movie Insiders member to start earning points and collecting rewards, just for seeing movies like Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in U.S. theaters May 5th.
Disney Movie Insiders, where fans become insiders. And speaking of insiders, let's go back to the top of the carpet and get the inside scoop on what's happening as this carpet starts to heat up.
Amazing. The carpet is heating up. It is on fire because the carpet is officially open, and the cast and the crew are going to be coming right down here, and we're going to get a chance to talk to them. And, you know, Ray, we were talking about this earlier. You know, Guardians is so much about a found family, and they really are both on and off the camera. This beautiful found family that we're so excited we're going to get to chat with them tonight.
Yeah, I mean, pretty soon we're going to be sharing this stage with the cast. And speaking of the cast, we've really got to talk about these returning Guardians. You know, there, of course, is Chris Pratt, who plays Peter Quill, who prefers to be called Star-Lord, honestly. Finally.
Get his name right. We got to say it.
And he is the anchor of this team. He really is the heart and soul that keeps this team together. And he is never afraid to put himself out on a limb for his friends and his family. And I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see that again in this next film.
We definitely will. And you can't talk about Peter Quill without talking about Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana, who's also back. And, you know, this is not the same Gamora that we've grown and known and loved over the last few years, because that Gamora was sacrificed at the end of Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War. But we now have a time-displaced Gamora, but she has no connection to the Guardians team or even Peter Quill. I mean, that he could be walking down the street and she would be like, I don't know him. And so it's a whole different Gamora that we're going to get to experience and see tonight.
And we have another character that's going to be battling with this time-displaced Gamora. It is Nebula, played by Karen Gillan, who is, of course, Gamora's sister. And she is now actually a fully fledged member of the Guardians. And I'm so curious to kind of see that evolution for a character, but again, to see how she sort of deals with her sister who does not share that same journey of coming together.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, we got a Nebula right there. There she is. Look at her fabulous self there. And, you know, we've also got Drax coming in here as well. Drax is back, played by Dave Bautista, who, I mean, we love Drax. Like, he is, you know, so full of heart. He's helping the Guardians rebuild their team and their headquarters on Nowhere. But don't worry, he's still our lovable Drax, who is, you know, quick to action, slow to maybe think about some of the consequences. You know, there he is. There's Drax. He's about to go up against some trouble at any moment.
And of course, we can't talk about Drax without talking about Mantis, played by Pom Klementieff. And they formed such a beautiful friendship on and off screen. You know they're going to get into some hijinks in this film. And Mantis is also sort of a new member to the Guardians. We met her in Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and she joined them on further adventures when they had the Avengers.
There she is.
And, oh my goodness, wow, those are so
star-studded all night.
I know. They're already here. But of course, I can't wait to see how she grows into her own as a character this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's also been really fun just to see how much the fans love these these heroes so much, and their cosplay tends across the board, like on point, like so good. We also got to talk about the amazing voice talent that is also happening behind for the Guardians team as well. We've also got Rocket, played by Bradley Cooper, who brings him to life, who absolutely disappears into this role. You know, Rocket, who has really evolved so much over the last few years. You know, he started off as, you know, just this bounty hunter doing his own thing along with Groot, but, you know, now he's really opened his heart up to the team, and, you know, he is the heart and soul of this film, so really interested to see more of his backstory in this film.
And I know we have a ton of Rockets here, so the fact that we didn't show that. A lot of fuzzy ears going on. And of course, we also have Groot, who is played and voiced by Vin Diesel. And we have seen Groot make a literal physical evolution. In the first film, of course, he sacrificed himself for the team and was reborn. And then we got baby Groot, and then we got teenage Groot, and now, oh, look at, and we got Lady Groot over there. Hello. And of course, now we are seeing a more mature Groot in the form of like a young adult Groot. I'm curious to see what we got there.
I'm excited to see the evolution of Groot continues. And speaking of evolution, I mean, we've got Sean Gunn is back. That name might sound familiar. All right, we got some fans over here. Brother to director and writer James Gunn. Sean Gunn is back as Kraglin. It's been great to watch him go from being a Ravager to all, now he's a full-fledged member of the Guardian team, and he has Yondu's Yaka arrow, and so hopefully he's gotten a little bit better at it. You know, he's giving the thumbs up. He's like, I got it this time around, because we saw him in Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Wasn't too good with that arrow, so hopefully he's had some practice.
Hey, a little bit of whistling, you know. That was a terrible whistle.
It's
I'll work on
We'll
it.
get him to teach him. We'll ask Sean Gunn to teach us how to do it.
And of course, returning as well is Elizabeth Debicki, who plays Aisha. She is the leader of the alien race, the Sovereign, who got into some confrontations with the Guardians in Volume 2. I think she's still out for a little bit of revenge? Justice? What would you call that?
You know what? We're going to let her tell us, because I don't know. Is it revenge or justice? Who am I to judge here? You know, somebody else, you know, you said that she's coming out for some sort of revenge or justice, but you also have, she's pulling out the big gun. She's got Adam Warlock, who fans are so excited. You say the name Adam Warlock, they are up, because they're so excited. A fan favorite. We saw him teased at the end of Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and now he is back. He's got this, we saw him in the trailer. He's flying around. He's got cosmic powers. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I cannot wait to see what Will Poulter brings to the role. But, you know, we got to check in with Josh and Tamara. We've been talking so much. I know they've got some more to share with us down there.
Well, we want to share a little bit about the creative team. Of course, you've just told us so much about the incredible cast, but as we saw in the trailer, this film looks amazing, and that is in no small part to the behind-the-scenes group, starting with director-writer James Gunn. He has written all three and directed all three of the Guardians movies, and he brings such an incredible imagination to this entire franchise.
And we got to talk about Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios. He's been with them for 15 years since Marvel Studios Iron Man. He has all of the secrets. Maybe he'll tease a little bit?
Oh, good luck with that. Kevin is very good at his job and is maybe the best secret keeper we know.
This is true.
We might have a little more luck getting something out of our cinematographer, Henry Brom. You know, he worked on Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and is an incredible eye behind the camera.
John Murphy's our composer. He also worked on Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and I can't wait to dance to his composition, because Guardians is all about awesome music.
That's right. Guardians is also about incredible suits, and we got to see some of those in the trailer as well. New suits this time around, courtesy of Juliana Makovsky, incredible costume designer. She's no stranger to the Guardians world. She also worked on the Holiday Special and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And she's an incredible MCU vet. I mean, she first started with the MCU with Marvel Studios Captain America Winter Soldier.
And look at those costumes. They were incredible. Also, Heidi Moneymaker, our stunt coordinator, she started as Black Widow's stunt double in Marvel Studios Iron Man 2, which is awesome, and then moved on to stunt coordinator in Hawkeye, and then also in Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. So the stunts are going to kick some butt.
Oh, yeah. And one of the things I really love is the way that they bring people up and through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now that she's had so much experience, she was the perfect person to bring on her co-stunt coordinator, making his MCU debut, Wayne Dalglish.
Absolutely. And there's so many more people that worked on this as well, like Russell Bobbitt, our props master. There's so many incredible props. He's the MCU vet as well, working on Iron Man, Captain America, and more.
Oh my goodness, there are so many people. And of course, you can't talk about a Marvel Studios movie without talking about the visual effects, right? So we've got MCU vet Stefan Soretti, who started with Marvel Studios' Captain America, the first Avenger, and actually worked on the first Guardians movie as the visual effects supervisor. So he's actually helped to set the entire template for this film.
And this is just a small branch in the entire Groot tree of this incredible thing. But we're going to go to James and Ray at stage 1. How y'all doing over there?
Really amazing, and so great to hear about all the people that it really does take to put on a movie of this scale. It really does take a village, and even tonight, it reminds me of even all of this that you see tonight, of how massive this carpet is. So many people, so many hands came together to make this magic happen.
Yeah, and I think we actually have a great look of how this carpet came together. Check it out now.
Oh, wow. So cool to see how all of this comes together. And like we said, the carpet is now open. The cast and crew are coming on over here, and you're going to hear from them. But Ray, I still want to keep talking about, some of the newer characters that we're going to see here. We were talking about, there's some big folks who are coming in. Speaking of, we've got the High Evolutionary, who's being played by Chakudi Owuji. Now, the High Evolutionary, brand new character that you're going to see here, making their MCU debut. They are just really wanting to create this, perfect race. They, love experimenting on creatures across the galaxy, so it's going to put them going head-to-head with our Guardians team.
Absolutely. Well, all right, I know we're so excited about the High Evolutionary, but I know Josh and Tamara have something even more exciting for us over there. Josh, Tamara, what's happening?
Oh my gosh, we are so excited to be here with Miriam Shore, recorder Vim, making her MCU debut. How is it to be here on this carpet?
My God, it's crazy. It's fantastic. I really probably belong on the other side with all the fans, but luckily I get to be here. I'm so excited. I've always loved these movies, and to be a part of them is insanely perfect. I'm with you guys.
Well, I want to know, recorder Vim, tell us a little bit about this character without spoiling.
She's not so nice. She's a villain. She is, which is, if you're a sci-fi nerd like myself, the villain's who you want to play. So yeah, I'm a little worried that after my kids see this movie, they won't let me come home. So, got to start looking at Airbnbs.
Okay, those are scary words. We know we don't want you to give away any spoilers, but do tell us a little bit about what it's like working with director James Gunn, especially because you've started directing lately. So,
you know what was so amazing about James is I was so annoying on set and be like, well, how do we do that? And what about? And he was just like, come on, let me show you. Here's our storyboard. Here's what I do. Yeah, he's a joy, and he creates this sense of play on set. And this is the biggest ship that you have to captain ever. Yeah. And he's just like, we're having fun. We're having a blast. And so that's the feeling the whole time you're filming. It's a dream come true.
Well, you mentioned like a giant ship, right? The set was enormous.
So big.
What was it like when you stepped on that for the first time?
You would forget. You'd walk on and first of all, the artistry of the sets and the hair and makeup is just unbelievable. But you would walk on there and you would be like a kid again. Because you're like, I'm on a spaceship. Like, I'm probably in outer space right now. I feel like I am. And it was, you don't even have to pretend. And, there's so many actual things that are right there that you've always sort of dreamed of doing as a kid and as an adult. For some of us.
Did you have that sort of quintessential Marvel moment where you were like, oh my gosh, I'm on a Marvel film right now?
Well, I got to hold a space gun. Yeah, whatevs. And like you do. And then also you have the moment where they're like, okay, this ship is... you have to pretend like the ship's getting hit, and you're like, I've done this a million times in my backyard, but I'm doing it for real on camera. And I was pretty good at that.
If there was a space blaster missing, we know who to look for.
What? I wouldn't never.
So if you were to run the galaxy with a Guardian, who would you choose to join you?
God, that's really. I mean, I kind of have the girl crush on Nebula and Gamora sisters. I feel like I could help them with their relationship a little bit as a sister. Yeah, so I would have to go with both of them.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, that is the girl gang that I want to be a part of, so I'm inviting myself along.
Come along. The more the merrier. Then we'll start a girl band. It'll be amazing.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to the Marvel fans. We're so happy for you.
Fans, because this doesn't exist without the fans. It just doesn't.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, we got an incredible costume lineup to show you. Let's check it out.
All right, well, that is so cool. You know, we are off to the races here. You know, we got our first interview in, and it really is, you know, all about the fans. And the Guardians have been a part of our lives for, 10 years in the making here, right? And they have gone up against, Celestials, Eagle Maniacal Celestials, Space Tyrants, Kree Warlords. You know, they've done so much in a decade of a time.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of, we had the Power Stone, we had Gamora with the Soul Stone, and then, of course, there were also all the things that they dealt with in the Avengers, defeating Thanos, losing all of the members except for Rocket and Nebula in the blip,
which was a heartbreaking moment. You know when Gamora gets thrown over the edge, sacrificed by her dad. I mean, I gotta fast forward to that moment because it breaks my heart so much. But they did bring everybody back. You know, when they teamed up with the Avengers, they were able to bring everybody back. We saw Rocket step up and be more of a hero because he wanted to get his family back into the mix. And then, of course, they even teamed up with a God of Thunder themselves.
For a brief amount of time, which I would love to know more about those Avengers, because they did part ways with him in the beginning of Marvel Studios of Thor, Love and Thunder. But then we got one of my all-time favorite pieces of media. We got Marvel Studios presents Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, where Drax and Mantis, they just want to cheer at Peter after everything's been through, after dealing with the time-displaced Gamora, that they go to Earth and capture Kevin Bacon.
They give him the gift of Kevin Bacon. I mean, who could ask for more in the holidays? Like, I wouldn't mind the gift of Kevin Bacon. No, who wouldn't, right? Indeed. But they were doing so much to cheer up their friend, and it just really goes to show how much of a family they really are. And there's such amazing music as well that you get in the holiday special.
And you know what? It's not just the music that makes these films. It is the color palette, and it is the costumes. And we have costumes right here. And I kind of am jealous because I can't see them in full detail. But I do believe Justin got a close-up look at it, and I want to see what they're all about over there.
Hey, Justin Warner here at the end of the carpet, where in just a short time, the cast will gather as they head into the Dolby Theater on their way to the screening of the film. One thing that they will see on display tonight, this incredible display of costumes from the film. Let's take a look at the amazing pieces on show. We're going to be taking a look at our hero's new uniforms, starting with Nebula in her new uniform. You'll see the detailing that her uniform is a little different from the others, which shows off a little bit of her rebelliousness and individuality. She's also sporting a one-sleeved outfit because you gotta show off that bionic arm. Next up, Kraglin. Now a full-fledged Guardian, Kraglin has shed his Ravager jacket to complete his transformation. He also has Yondu's Yaka arrow that he now controls. Coming over to Gamora, she has the newest look since this is not the same Gamora that was part of the Guardians. She's outfitted in tough but flexible fabrics that allow her to be ready to fight at a moment's notice. Star-Lord, the leader of the team, is also in his uniform. You can see some of the details here that are different because he's the leader, like the increased detailing on the arms. We also have his blasters here on display to complete the look. Rocket also gets his own small version of the Guardians getup. Rocket and his story are the centerpiece of this new film, and this outfit has him right in the middle of the action. Next to him is Mantis, sporting the new Guardians uniform in red and blue. Costume designer Judiana Makovsky said she wanted to show the unity in the team with nods to their classic comics look, and this design absolutely did the trick. And to round out the group, we have Drax. His look is markedly different from the past films we've seen him in, and shows that he believes in his team. His uniform and boots are also tailored to be the perfect place to store the weaponry that he needs to keep the Guardians guarding the universe. That's a look at our heroes of our film, and if you can believe it, there are even more costumes down here. But we'll get to those a little bit later. Back to you at the front of the carpet.
so cool. And those costumes are so epic. And, Judianna McCaskey, the costume designer, really outdid herself in this. Like, those costumes are just amazing.
I mean, I really want to see those new spacesuits we got teased with in the trailer. It is Technicolor magic. I even had to get one on my nail today.
You do? I mean, yeah, we got to get a pedicam or something, right? What I think, too, I really love is, like, the fans are so dedicated that this movie, they've only seen glimpses in trailers, but you look around there, the costumes and their detail and the care that they, give into their costumes, it's incredibly amazing.
Yeah, actually, I think that Tamara and Josh have even more for us, aside from just cool costumes. Tamara and Josh, what is going on over there, y'all?
What's up, y'all? We have Simon Hatt, executive producer. Simon, this is a colossal film. What was the decision behind bringing Adam Warlock and the High Evolutionary?
I mean, well, Adam Warlock is a fan favorite character, and, we've always wanted to include him in one of the movies. Obviously, we teased him at the end of 2, and, I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed with him in the movie.
And speaking of the other movies, you've been involved with the Guardians from the very, very beginning. What were you most excited to bring that was new to Volume 3?
Well, after 10 years making the movies, it was obviously incredibly emotional, and just to end all those characters' stories and to give everyone an emotional payoff was just a really exciting thing to do. After everything that they've been through in Endgame and obviously the events of the first and the second movie, they are like a really strong team, and it's just exciting to see how that ends, and we're excited for everyone to check it out too.
Yeah, we're diving into Rocket's origin here. Like, how emotional is this going to be?
How many boxes of tissues does he need to bring to the theater?
2 boxes of Kleenex. 2 boxes, yeah.
Per person.
Yeah, don't blow into your tie. That's that looks like a nice tie. You'll ruin it.
But what was the decision to go into Rocket's origin?
That was a James decision, and I think Rocket was the character that essentially allowed James to ground the Guardians movies. He was like, if you can believe this raccoon is a living, breathing, emotionally centered, grounded character, then everything else will follow. And so, completing Rocket's story was so important to James, and I think that's why he picked it as the kind of plot of the third movie.
Well, let's go behind the scenes for one last quick question. The sets on this movie are massive. Can you just give us a moment of telling us what you felt like personally when you stepped on the Nowhere set?
The Nowhere set was so big, and I actually used to bring my dog, River, to set every day, and, he loved it. He would run around. I think, don't tell the production designer, but I'm pretty sure he peed in a couple of corners of the set, and, it was great. I mean, it was a living, breathing city, and we had hundreds of extras, all in incredible costume, all looking incredible, and, it really grounds the movie and just... You really breathe in it, and it feels like a living place. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Simon,
I can't wait for everyone to see it.
That's awesome. Simon, enjoy the night. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
James and Ray, how y'all doing over there?
Well, it sounds like River the dog is competing to mark territory with Cosmo the space dog on Nowhere.
I love it that they're already getting these behind-the-scenes scoops that you're not getting anywhere else. One thing that, he was talking about was just the massiveness of the sets. And the sets were like 200,000 square feet, which is like about 4 football fields, if I'm doing the math there correctly.
Yeah, no, you got that right,
in
sportsman.
And also, they were also setting records in terms of like, the costumings and things like that. I believe it was the world record for amount of people in practical makeup.
In a single production.
Yeah.
Incredible for all that they had to do. We know we have a lot of alien races in this, so to be able to make a record for that, how many does there have to be?
There's so many there, and thinking there's so much that is happening here, and we want to go over to Justin, who's got something exciting for you. Over to you, Justin.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. Thank you, fans. The fans and I, of course, have been talking about how the Guardians are always such an incredible team, no matter what obstacle they face. And I gotta say, one of my favorite takes on our beloved heroes is the incredible game Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. If you're not familiar, this is an award-winning Guardians story. It's set in an original universe, and you play as Star-Lord. So you're leading the Guardians from, one explosion of chaos to the next. But look, you don't have to take my word for it. I don't have to tell you about it, because you can just see it right here.
We could not be a more unfit group of people.
I feel like we pissed off the whole galaxy.
We've never gone this far for anything before.
Oh, this is the one where you inspire them.
This is about us growing together as a team. Because we are a team. Yes! We're a family. We're the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
So as you can see, you get to experience something totally unique. You know, you're calling the shots, you're trying to bring this team together, and you're really trying to meld all of those strong personalities, which really come through in the game. It's critically acclaimed, it's a single-player, story-driven action-adventure, and it has an absolutely cosmic amount of heart. It's available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
You know, I am so happy that we got a look at those costumes just before now, because now we have with us Judiana McCoskey, the costume designer behind the film.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi.
You have so many fans here who are dressed in, honestly, your creation.
Impressed. Everybody came dressed.
You gotta hire them on your team.
You're right.
Now, this movie is so packed with Technicolor outfits. I mean, those spacesuits are just incredible.
Yes.
Where did you start with the inspiration for this film specifically?
Well, the inspiration for the spacesuits came from James. He said, I want something that feels like 2001: A Space Odyssey. And I want one in different colors. Then it became a whole ordeal. Who's in what color? It was like a very long process getting the exact colors. But it was really fun to design something that was an homage to something so famous.
Yeah.
But it's our own thing.
Do you feel like each character really has like an aura or a color palette to them that helps, you know, kind of centralize that?
Well, they do, but I'm not sure I have to say the colors changed a lot on the spacesuits for each person, but I think we ended up with the right one for each character. But each character does have a color palette in all the movies.
You know, there is such a range of costumes and characters that you have to create for. Was there any piece that was either the most challenging or the most fun for you to be able to come up and create?
Well, they're all challenging. They're all fun. Yeah. I have to say the hardest thing was creating something for Drax to wear so that he wasn't bare-chested for the whole movie.
Fair point.
So what would that be? And it was very funny because Dave came to me in the beginning and said, could I wear a hoodie? And I went, I don't know, we're, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy. And then I went, actually, I think we can design something that's a hoodie.
Oh, Drax is really coming back down to earth.
Yeah.
And Judiana, as you can see up there, we were just showing off some of your costumes.
Oh, wow.
I mean, which ones are you most excited for fans to see tonight?
Well, I think because it's new, Adam Warlock.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to say, I love the Guardians uniforms. It was so much fun to design the Guardians uniforms and have them all as a group, in a uniform group.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about the uniforms.
Okay, really quickly, is there any special Easter eggs behind the costumes that you can share with us?
Well, probably in Quill's t-shirts, what they say, but I'm not telling.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Judiana. We can't wait to see it. The fans are so excited for these costumes. They're already decked out. And we're going to go over to Justin Warner, who's got something really exciting.
I'm here with the fans. The energy's out of control right now. I can barely hear what's going on, but I think I have an idea. The stars are here. I repeat, the stars are here. People are getting autographs. The smiles are ear to ear. The faces, I think, are already starting to hurt because people are so absolutely jazzed, not only to see Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 tonight, but to get ever so closer to the people that made it happen. If you look around and you see all of the cosplay, all of the costumes, just this whole carpet in general, think of the hours and hours and hours of insurmountable amount of time that went into making this come together. And it's all here, right now, tonight. And like I said, everybody is just feeling a certain kind of way. What is that kind of way, my fans? Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I can't even believe I get to hang out with this gang. Everybody's so enthusiastic. Let's send it back up to the front and see what else we got going on.
All right. Well, things are heating up. You know, we've got making their MCU debut. We've got Chakudi Iwuji, who plays the High Evolutionary. Everyone's so excited to see you. Now, you're a new character coming into the MCU. What can you tease to us about your character?
Well, I'm not a very nice guy in this, but it's really important you meet me here to know I'm actually a nice guy, because this guy is not a nice guy at all.
Fair. Well, you know, the Guardians have gone through, you know, they've faced a lot of formidable foes before. How scared should they be about going up against you?
Oh, I am by far the scariest guy they've
Ooh.
ever faced. By far.
I mean, it seems to only elevate Wichi's film. It makes sense.
There's no competition. Everything else has been sort of like pleasant compared to this guy.
Listen, in the trailers, we've seen some pretty menacing faces from you, and you're such a nice guy. So did you have to practice those in the mirror?
Years and years of practice. 3 years of drama school and Shakespeare and all that stuff, tapping into that. No, but honestly, the script was so rich and juicy, and the character like reminded me of my favorite villains and stuff. So I was really able to tap into that and let the imagination go crazy. Yeah.
And we also see a lot of practical makeup, and you've got all this costumes. What's the process like for getting into character with all of that stuff?
Well, I was very lucky. The team, headed by Alexei Dmitriev and Cassie Rusek and Legacy, they were just on top of it. So it was this crazy thing. Despite the makeup, it was really fast. They could do that stuff in like 70 minutes, So I was one of the lucky ones because they had it together. And once you put that on, I go, oh, that's the character. I got that, right?
It's game time at that point, right?
Game time at that point, and you're like, oh, I know where this is going.
Well, Chakudi Wuji, you have us shaking in our boots already, and we're so excited to see what you do. We're going to send you on your way. Thank you so much for chatting with us. Is there anything else you want to say to the Marvel fans?
We're live.
Enjoy. This is an amazing movie, and I'm so glad you're here to enjoy it with us.
Fantastic. All right. Enjoy the night. So good to chat with you.
So lovely to meet you.
There it is.
I mean, listen how excited they are to meet this new character of the MCU. They have been waiting for it, James.
Yes, absolutely. And you can see these fans, they are so jazzed, so excited. And again, we were just talking about how much this carpet is heating up. People are dropping in. And I mean, Chakudi Wuji's not messing around. Things are kicking up a notch here.
I know. We're bringing the actors skills, bringing the Shakespeare drama acting.
Right. He has some experience at the Royal Shakespeare Company, so it's going to be bringing that gravitas. And speaking about,
oh my gosh, the man, the myth, the legend,
the myth, the legend himself, James Gunn. Welcome. We're here.
Are we live?
We're live.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
The pressure.
A little bit of sweat. It's okay.
All right, so you are bringing your Guardians team back for one last ride. But was there anything that you wanted to push with this team and with this film this time around?
I just wanted to be absolutely sure that we honored the characters, that we honored the fans, and we gave each of the characters just the best send-off that we possibly could. I thought it was really important that I wanted to tell Rocket's story, find out where he came from. These guys like that, obviously, so I'm excited about it. I can't wait for people to see it.
I mean, you've talked about Rocket so much, about how you identify with him in some ways, and he was such a central part to end this trilogy with. Why Rocket, and what is it about him that really touches you?
Well, I think from the beginning, Rocket was my entry into the Guardians in terms of creatively. When Marvel first came to me and they talked to me about perhaps doing this movie, I wasn't certain. I thought maybe it would come off like Bugs Bunny in the middle of the Avengers or something silly like that. And as I was driving home from the meeting, I sat there and I said, well, wait a second. If there was a raccoon that was, talking and shooting people with machine guns, how would it have come to be? And I realized it was just the saddest story that I could imagine.
Yeah.
And that was, for me, the seeds of the entire franchise that have, driven all three movies and the special and everything else they've done.
I'm wondering, though, with this, this is such a beloved franchise. Fans across the globe love it so much. What do you think that people connect? Why do people connect with Guardians so much? What resonates so much with people?
I think out of all the different franchises, Guardians is the one that's for the oddball, the rebels, the outcasts, the geeks. This is a group of outsiders, and I think at the end of the day, most of us feel that way. And so the Guardians speak to them. I think each of the Guardians has a different personality, and everybody in their life knows a Nebula. They know a Drax. They know a Rocket. Maybe not a Groot, but maybe.
I know a Groot or two.
Yeah.
Well, James, you have such a devoted fan base, but you are such a fan of the MCU and Marvel itself. And so what are you really hoping these fans take away with this final ride?
I hope that, I hope what I hope for with every movie. I hope that people go, they see it in the theater, they're sitting with somebody that they care about or somebody maybe they don't even know, but they walk out feeling a little better about the people next to them than, before they walked in, that they feel better about themselves, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I think this movie is about accepting ourselves. The first movie was about the relationship with the mother. Second movie was about the relationship with the father. This one is about the relationship to the self. So hopefully, that's something that resonates with audiences.
You always take us on a journey, like it's, therapy on the big screen in a beautiful, fun way. So thank you so much for making these films for the Misfits, the Outcasts, for all of us, our found family. We're going to thank you, James Gunn. Thank you so much. Have a great night. We can't wait to see it. All right. Well, we're going to keep this action on rolling. I know, as James Gunn. We're going to keep the action on going on. We've got over our friends Tamara and Josh. They've got some more action going on over there.
Now, I absolutely love that from James Gunn. The Misfits. I resonate with that so much because all these characters have had so much loss, and that's how they come together, which is so beautiful.
I know. I mean, if you remember back to the very first movie where Peter Quill called them all losers, meaning people who have all lost something, and the idea that that loss is actually what binds them together as found family. It's really beautiful. And I also love the idea that, Rocket is the heart of this family and the foundation for all of it.
And it's such an interesting point because it's all about heart, like James Gunn said. The first one was the mother, then the father. Now this is all about the self, and he wants people to walk away being like, wait a second, let me think about the people in my life who I sat next to and have that heart-to-heart with other people.
That's right, and we get to see so many characters have heart-to-hearts in different ways, including someone who I think the folks over at our stage at the front of the carpet are talking to. So let's see who James and Ray are with.
Well, we have the incomparable Palm Clementieff, who plays Mantis, and she was just telling me that I'm going to need tissues for this film, Palm. Yeah, say hi to all your fans. There's so many of them.
I got you. You just stand there and look amazing.
Great.
I'll do the work.
Now, okay, you told me I'm going to need tissues for this film. What is it like for you to end this journey?
The what?
What is it like for you to end this journey, to be really saying goodbye to this?
It's very emotional, actually. It was such a beautiful journey. I was so grateful to be working with James Gunn and with an incredible cast. We're like a family, we love each other. And the story is really beautiful. The arc of the characters is incredible. And but it's emotional, but it's also very funny. There's amazing action in the movie, and you're going to have a blast.
Well, speaking of that action, now you're quite the action heroine in your own life. I've seen you jumping out of airplanes on your Instagram. Pretty amazing. And now we're going to see you do more action. We saw it in the holiday special. What has it been like for you to get to take on more of the action in these films?
I mean, I've been harassing everyone at Marvel for years to do some more action, so finally I do it. I did it in the holiday special. I fight with a candy cane. And in this movie, I kick ass. There is no going back for Mantis, Now she kicks ass forever,
Yes. I want that on a t-shirt. Mantis, you kick butt forever. We love it so much.
Yeah, kick namesake ass,
Gotta represent the fierce females for all of us, Palm. Thank you so much for talking with us. We cannot wait to see the film. Say goodbye to your fans real quick.
Thank you so much. Mantis loves you.
Yay. Our Mantis. And we're going to keep the action on rolling on with our friend Justin. What do you got for us, Justin?
Justin Warner here, the man with the fans, and it is about to get wild, as if it already wasn't wild enough. Who's ready for some Guardians of the Galaxy trivia? Right? Now, paid for by Hasbro, we are joined by two fans who are getting ready to compete in the Ultimate Guardians Trivia Challenge. First up, we have
Amelia.
And Amelia is repping Team Star-Lord. They are holding the Marvel Legends series Star-Lord premium electronic roleplay helmet, an essential for Peter Quill as he heads into any fight. This amazing helmet, as you can see, is 1-to-1 scale with light-up eyes, plus detailed sculpting and deco inspired by the films. How cool is that? Let's hear it for Team Star-Lord, gang. Wow. And over here we have
Kristen.
And you are representing Team Groot. They have Hasbro's Groot talking roleplay mask, which is not only inspired by the more mature-looking Groot from the third film, it is also possessing a chin-activated jaw that you can pull down to hear 15, count them, 15 variations of that classic line, I am Groot. Let's get those I am Groot cheers going, guys. Just spit them out. Now, both of our fans are looking to win this trivia game to complete their Guardians look with the Hasbro Nerf Star-Lord Quad Blaster, which will look great wielded by either Star-Lord or Groot. The blaster includes 3 Nerf darts, which can be used to help save your friends all over the galaxy, wherever they may be. Well, now that we know what they're competing for, let's get started. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Do you mind holding on? Oh, thank you so much. Wow, a professional. All right, let's get ready. We will start with you. Who said this memorable quote to Peter Quill? He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
Oh, Yondu. Yondu.
Correct. Question 2. Where do Drax and Mantis go to get Quill the perfect Christmas gift?
Earth. Kevin Bacon's house.
We would have also accepted Hollywood. Congratulations, you are correct. Because of his parentage, Peter is half human and half what?
God. Celestial.
Oh. Okay, I don't know the rules on that. We'll take it. What can Mantis read in other people?
Emotions.
Correct. This is a tough competition. Okay. What's the name of the place where all the space outlaws go to hang out? Hint, it's in the head of a dead Celestial.
Nowhere.
You are correct. Who is Gamora's adopted sister?
Nebula.
Correct. Okay. This brings us to the tiebreaker. It's heating up. So the first of you to answer the following question will win. When Peter Quill was a kid, what celebrity did he tell the other kids at school was his father? There we got it, Team Groot! Congratulations, and to the rest of Team Groot. You have won the Star-Lord Quad Blaster. But listen, you're not the only winner here. For all of you amazing fans, we are going to be handing out our featured Hasbro items for you to enjoy. I know. Can you believe it? Oh man, what a great life. Look at him go. And for those of you at home who want to get your hands on these as well, you can find them at any major retailer. I can't believe I get to do this sort of thing. This is my job. I'm going to enjoy it. Back to you at the front.
Wow, Justin, the competition was heating up. That was a nail biter there.
I also kind of want some of those toys. Well, we are rocking and rolling on this carpet, and of course, we want you to be involved. So you can head over to all of Marvel's socials. You can find them at Marvel, and of course, follow along with that hashtag. We want you to be a part of this conversation tonight because this movie is about all of us, as James Gunn said.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think that we've got some more action going on all around the carpet. I think we have our friends over at the other end of the carpet. Tamara and Josh might have something special for us, so we can go check in with them.
Hello, everyone. It has been such a party down here on this part of the carpet.
It's been absolutely incredible. We've been talking to so many people from different MCU shows, movies, and more. It's a family here.
That's right. And people are so excited to come and support this movie. We've heard about everybody's favorite characters. Everybody's just such a big fan.
Okay, Tamara, I gotta ask you. We've been having so many fun conversations. What's been one of your favorite moments so far?
I mean, I think it probably has to be hearing about people's love for Baby Groot.
I mean, how could you not love Baby Groot? Okay, but what age would you choose to have a Baby Groot? Adult Groot? Young Groot?
I don't know. I mean, Baby Groot's the most, adorable thing ever, but at the same time, I could use the muscle of our group from Guardians of the Galaxy because, he can protect you and take care of you. What about you?
Oh, man, I think I have to choose young adult Groot because I'm a gamer myself. Being able to play games with Groot would be incredible.
Well, it's good to see you branching out into new activities. Ba-bum-bum.
I tried.
All right, we are going to check in with our friends at the top of the carpet to see what's happening over there.
All right, thank you, Tamara and Josh. And you will not believe it. This is just heating up here. We've got Michael Rooker. Our Yondu is here. Oh, man. We are so excited to see you. Now, you are no longer with us, but now what are the Guardians? How are they going to survive without you? You've been such an integral part to the Guardians team.
No idea. I have no idea.
They're in trouble without you, right?
James Gunn is in deep poopy.
Well, clearly has to figure it out, but I gotta say, we miss you, Yondu. But we know that Yaka went on to Kraglin. Would you have any advice for him?
Your Yaka era went on to Kraglin. Do you have any tips? How do you do that?
I have no tips for him right now.
Maybe you miss your Yaka era a little bit. Do you
I do miss it. I do miss it.
We can tell. Now, do you have any fun? What are some of your most favorite memories of being able to bring Yondu and collaborating with James Gunn to bring him to the big screen?
What do you need? What do you need to know here?
Oh, you're right.
Whatever you want. Any fond memories that you have of your Yondu days on the set? Anything?
The makeup felt exactly like real skin.
Ooh, okay. So basically like a second skin.
I forgot I had it on.
Oh, you were truly in character, Michael. Well, you know what? Our fans, one of their favorite things of all time is that Yako whistle. Can you give us a good whistle for them? No. It's a talent. Am I putting you on the spot here?
He's like, I'm retired. We got... He's like, I'm retired. I'm just here.
Let me see if I can get it. Here we go.
Ooh, I think I got chilled. All right. Wait, do I hear a Yaka arrow coming through the walls?
I think I saw an arrow going up, so we're kind of in danger here. Yeah. Do you have any what was like when you're filming those scenes though? How are you actually whistling on stage and seeing where the arrow goes?
All the whistling, but I think they enhanced it a little bit to make it more alien-like.
A little auto-tune for the whistle?
A little reverb or something like that. But I spent a lot of time learning how to do the whistle, and because I had the fake teeth in, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it was really difficult. I think I spent at least 2 or 3 weeks kind of relearning how to whistle.
Yep. Special.
As someone who can't whistle, I am in awe of your talents, man. So good. We miss you so much, but you have helped make the Guardians of who they really are, so we appreciate you. And we're going to head on over to our friends Tamara and Josh with some more action.
What's going on, Marvel fans? We got Nathan Fillion, who plays Master Karja. Welcome to the premiere.
Thank you very much. That's actually the first time I've heard anybody say the name out loud to me. It's been so secret.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about this character?
You know what? I wanted to take a break from playing like an armed authority figure and go out into space and play an armed authority figure. I thought that would be better. Only instead of a police officer uniform, I wear more what looks like a keloid scar. Like a big basket of bread. Something.
We've actually seen a couple pictures of it floating around on social media. What was it like to get into that thing every day?
It took a team of guys shoving pieces onto you, and it all straps onto a vest. It's kind of heavy, so it's all hanging on your shoulders. But then I'm looking around, and I'm seeing Karen Gillan, I'm seeing Dave Bautista, I'm seeing Zoe. I'm seeing these guys go into makeup for hours just to now start working, and I don't know where they go in their mind for that time, but I just tried to find a place for myself. I couldn't complain. I can't complain.
So not only were the costumes at a grand scale, but the sets were as well. What was your reaction when you stepped on it for the first time?
I thought, this is what you guys do with movie money. It's the scale is incredible. The fact that a movie screen is so massive, you have to fill it with detail. When you get a massive set like that, you have to fill it with detail still. So you get to see a lot of really, really cool stuff, and then on top of it, they hooked me up with some wires and they started swinging me around the joint. That was a lot of fun.
That is amazing. And the fact that you get to work with James Gunn, a longtime collaborator of yours. What was that like, and what would surprise people most about him?
What was it like? It's the same as it has always been, which is a pleasure, a joy. It's fantastic working with somebody who's so talented because the credit and the accolades rub off on you a little bit when really you're just riding coattails. So that's what it's like. And what were I surprised to learn? The more things change, the more things stay the same. I am really happy that people are giving James an opportunity to do what he does best.
That's beautiful. Nathan, thank you so much. Enjoy the night. Congratulations. James, Ray, who are y'all talking to over there?
We have Maria Bakalova, who voices Cosmo the space dog, with us right now. Maria, you look stunning, and we were just chit-chatting. There actually is a Cosmo the space dog we saw walking around the carpet earlier.
There is. We just met each other, and I'm absolutely in love. He's amazing, and he's a therapy dog. That's what I found out.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm honored to be portraying something like him.
So you were playing a brand new character here in the MCU that we're going to, really get to explore more. Teased before in previous films. What can you tell us about Cosmo the space dog?
I can say that she's a very loyal girl ever since the Guardians have taken over in nowhere, and she's going to show her dedication and love towards them.
Now, we heard you loved being on set. I mean, you were even there on days you didn't have to work.
I loved it.
That is work ethic. What was it like working with James Gunn, working with the cast?
It's been the best, truly the best. He is a great leader, a friend, somebody that can look up to and just ask for an advice and opinion about everything. And he's guiding you in such a polite and nice and warm way that it's just
the best. It's a dream. He's a genius, for God's sake, and I've been honored to get a chance to work with him. And of course, I'm going to take every single second that I can to be as much as possible around these people.
Well, wondering though, you're joining into the Guardians team and the Guardians family. Can you sort of tease any of the relationships or dynamics that we're going to see with Cosmo with anybody on the team?
Well, we're gonna watch it tonight. There's definitely probably one of the characters who is more connected to Cosmo because they spend more time together and maybe they're gonna do something for each other. But it's gonna be a beautiful movie, exciting movie, and with like a huge heart in it.
Oh, I cannot wait. I mean, it sounds like you were just so excited to be working with them. Say a little goodbye to your fans as we're live. And we know that we have even more happening on the carpet right now. Justin Warner, what you got for us?
Oh, man, what don't I have? The fans are going wild here tonight. Everybody's getting autographs. Everybody is here, seemingly. Friends of Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy, all sorts of enthusiasts of all kinds. As you can see right over my shoulder, Michael Rooker himself hanging out, getting some photos with fans, and everybody really is just smiling ear to ear. And I think to be a fan tonight, man, what a feeling. One other thing that I think deserves pointing out, as you look around tonight, you're going to see the fans, you're going to see the purple carpet, but there is a set here as well. And so if you look at some of the details, you'll actually see that the set designers here for the purple carpet inscribed some little writings here and there. For example, it says, "Do not stand here," I believe in a language of nowhere. Who knows? That's just what I'm told. Anyway, I am absolutely stunned by the fan interaction here. And the stars tonight are really just going above and beyond to make these fans' dreams come true. We just saw Michael Rooker there, Maria Bakalova now joining her fans out here in the crowd. And man, what a night. I'm going to send it back to you all, and come back to me because I'm having such a blast.
Oh, man, we're going to keep the party on rolling. We got one of the new characters making their MCU debut. We got Will Poulter, who's playing Adam Warlock. Now, you're playing this character that fans are so excited to see. When you came up here, they were losing their minds up here. Now, what can you tell us about your new character that is coming into the MCU?
Yeah, I'm very, very nervous of spoiler territory, and I certainly don't want to ruin the experience for anyone. That's my number one goal, but honestly, more than anything else, it's a real honor to be invited into this family. The Guardians family are such a tight-knit group. They've been together for 10 years, so for them to kind of welcome me with open arms and treat me like one of their own, I'm very grateful. And I hope people are pleased with Adam and they enjoy his journey.
I mean, he is such a beloved character. We can only imagine people are going to love you as well. And one of my favorite questions when people make their MCU debut is what was it like to get that call that you got the part?
Crazy. I was with my little sister Charlotte in East London. We were in the pub together. And then I got a call from James Gunn, which is, the first part of that story is pretty ordinary for me. The second part hasn't happened before. And it was amazing. I'm really, really grateful. I've been a fan of Guardians for a while. And so never really imagined I'd be a part of it. And to be a part of it is really special.
And not just like any part, you're playing Adam Warlock, fan favorite here. And as we've gotten teased, you say the name Adam Warlock and they lose their minds over here. But, as we saw in the trailer, you're getting to do, you're flying, you're punching things, you got cosmic powers. What was it like to get to film and train for those stunts?
Our stunt people were so talented. Heidi, our coordinator, unbelievable, very patient with me. I needed a lot of patience. And, they were just like really, really supportive. I haven't done a ton of stunt stuff. And thankfully, Ben Jenkins, who doubled me, he was able to make me look cooler than I ever could. Anytime I couldn't do something, Ben would jump in and make it look cool. It was really fun.
It's a family affair. It really is a teamwork effort there.
Well, Will, you got to say hi to all of your new MCU fans, of course, before we let you go.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here and great to meet you all.
Oh, thanks, Will. Well, I do believe we have an even closer look at some of the rest of the costumes with Justin. Let's take a look at that now.
Justin Warner back here at the end of the carpet with the rest of the costumes from the film that are on display here at the Ray Dolby Ballroom. We already got a look at some of the Guardians. Now we're going to explore the costumes of some of the other characters that build out the world of Volume 3. First up is Recorder Vim, who is played by Miriam Shore. Recorder Vim is the right hand of the High Evolutionary, and as you can see from this costume, Recorder Vim and the other recorders spend most of their time in his experimental lab with their lab coats on. Next up is Master Karja. He is a guard played by Nathan Fillion that the Guardians run into on one of their adventures in this film, but no spoilers, I promise, beyond that. The size and practical elements of this costume are not only useful for the actors wearing the suits, but also for the rest of the cast to interact with during fight scenes. Here we have, oh boy, just wait for it, the High Evolutionary. He is the newest villain to face off against the Guardians, and this costume fits the bill of having an exciting color palette, which, is in keeping with the rest of the Guardians films, while also distinguishing the High Evolutionary as a new character all his own. After that, the moment you've been waiting for, we have Adam Warlock, a character that fans have long awaited to see on the big screen. Costume designer Judiana Makovsky drew inspiration from Aisha and the Sovereign for the coloring and the lines of the costume. This was a true team effort with different armored, printed, and fabric elements throughout, and I can't wait to see what Adam Warlock is going to do in this film. And now, for someone we've met before, this is the new costume for Aisha, the creator of Adam Warlock and adversary to the Guardians. The distinct shine of her costume is in keeping with the strong colors sported by the rest of the cast, and also underlines her high rank among her people. I mean, the detail on all of these costumes is just incredible, and I'm looking forward to all of the awesome cosplay that these are sure to inspire after everyone sees this film. And with that, I'm going to toss it back to you at the front.
Well, I certainly see what Judiana meant when she said every costume was challenging. I mean, the detail on some of these pieces, James.
I mean, just phenomenal. Again, just seeing the creativity and just the play at work here. It is just, I mean, it really feels like we are being taken to these worlds that are just, it feels like they're all real. Yeah. And we want to make sure that you all are joining in on the conversation. Make sure to follow at Marvel on all of our social channels, and you can see the hashtag that is right there, because we want to hear from you all. Like, what are you excited to see? What have you been excited to see? Any pop-out moments, stand-out moments? Join in on the conversation.
And, we think Josh and Tamara might have someone even more special to talk to right now. Josh, Tamara, who do you got for us?
We are so excited to have Tara Strong, Miss Minutes from Marvel Studios Loki, joining us here on the purple carpet. Why did you want to be here at the Guardians premiere tonight?
Well, I might be in it. It's not Miss Minutes. I can't say who it is, or I could. But then I'd have to prune you.
I think we just got an MCU secret dropped.
We're live, y'all.
No, I don't know what you mean. It's not live. I'm going to turn back time with Miss Minutes. Just going to make time go back.
So out of the entire Guardians journey, do you have a favorite moment that resonated with you?
Well, for me, this was the first time for me joining, and I've known James for a very long time. We did a video game together many, many years ago called Lollipop Chainsaw. Actually, Michael Rosenbaum was in it too. And Michael played my decapitated boyfriend. I wore his head on my butt. This is a true thing. And we had a really fun time. So I have a lot of great memories with both of them. So it was wonderful to see James in the studio again when I came in to do my thing. And then to see him here, it just feels like old family coming together.
I have to ask you about being with James in the studio. Of course, you know everything there is to know about voiceover. Yeah. What kind of voiceover director is he? What are your sessions like?
Well, the first time I worked with him, it was in a voiceover world. It was for the video game, and he immediately knew what he was doing, and that's so important. If you have one director that doesn't know how to speak to an actor to make them feel good about themselves, and specifically voiceover, it is a different art form. It's like asking a tap dancer if they do ballet. So someone wise at how to get what they want out of the actors, but kind and fun, is James. He was wonderful from the start, yeah.
So the Guardians are not really good at time. Do you think Miss Minutes would be able to hold them accountable to get to places on time?
Hey, y'all, I'm here to make sure y'all get everywhere you need to go on time. You don't want to get pruned, do you?
Oh, well, we want to make sure everyone stays on time and moving along at this premiere. We're going to go see what's happening at the head of the carpet with our next guests.
All right, we're going to keep the scoops on going here. Now we've got Sean Gunn here, who plays Kraglin. Everyone is so excited. Yes, let it keep going, keep going. Now, we had your brother on here earlier, and so it really is a family affair. Your brother is the writer-director of this film. Can you take us back to those early days in the Gunn family household? Were you all putting on plays in the living room, making movies? What was that creative life at home?
Well, basically, I think my brother has been dressing me up and propping me up and make me do his bidding for a long time now. I don't want to age us, but he did it then, and he's still doing it now. Bless his heart.
So you're saying he gave you your career. He's basically your talent agent.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, and my tormentor.
Wow, sounds
Which
about right.
it's kind of what agents do.
It's
so,
a brother,
yeah,
my friend.
And it's your older brother, so that's kind of his job too, right?
I know, yeah, it's part of his job, right?
Well, now you're transitioning from being a Ravager into being one of the Guardians members. What's that transition like for Kraglin?
Well, it's very nerve-wracking because Kraglin has not mastered the arrow yet. As we last saw him, he was puncturing Drax. So in this movie, we'll see, how he's getting along with all of that. And, it's tough, man. It's tough trying to be a superhero.
It is. You got like a whole weapon now. By the way, now we did have Michael Rooker up here with us earlier, and you have now taken the Yaka arrow for yourself.
Right.
We want to know who's got the best whistle. You've been working on it, yeah?
Oh, gosh.
Can you give us your best Yaka whistle?
I can tell you that my own analysis of my whistle is more accurate than Michael's is. He likes to inflate his ability to whistle and do pretty much anything. But, I can, it's not going to be great.
Well, that's better than James.
That is, okay, that's better than me. This is me. So you're doing a lot better than me. I would never move that arrow. Everyone would be dead. Sean Gunn, we thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the night. It's going to be an epic thing. And you want to say to the fans?
I love you all. Thanks for being with us for all these years. And there's nothing that I'm more excited, forget all the rest of it. There's nothing I'm more excited about than sharing this movie with you guys. Really.
Thank you, Sean. Well, we've got to dry all the whistle spittle now, so let's go over to Justin. Justin, what do you got going on over there?
Oh, man. Sean Gunn is such a fan favorite here. We've even got some Kraglin cosplayers here. And, man, the enthusiasm is wild. Will Poulter just walked by. Everybody's having a blast. And I got to say, as a person who digs coiffes, I'm feeling like I need to get my hands on one of these. They both look like maybe 3D printed.
They are, as a matter of fact, 3D printed. Well, mine is, and yours.
Mine is 3D printed.
Wow, I love that. The ingenuity that our cosplayers come up with in order to honor their favorite characters, in order to honor the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, man, all of the stuff that goes into all of this. How long did it take to put all of this together?
A few hours, for sure.
A few hours for sure. That sounds like an understatement. I noticed that you also have a little Baby Groot clip on there. Is there some sort of symbology behind that?
No, Groot's just a good luck charm, I just like to carry him around.
I identify. I think all of us would love to carry a little bit of Groot around with them. And I don't think that anybody needs any more good luck here, because this has to be one of the luckiest events of most of our lives, correct?
Right.
Indeed. The fans are also speaking on my behalf. Just really to share the same space and the same light with all of these cats. Man, oh man, it is really, really good to feel. Speaking of feels, how y'all feeling over there?
Well, we have with us another Guardians family member. We have Nebula, played by Karen Gillan. Hello, Karen.
Whoa!
There are so many yous tonight.
This is the coolest thing. I'm seeing so many Nebulas. You all look incredible. That's not easy makeup to cosplay.
I know.
I appreciate you.
And you would know, as someone who's played this for almost a full decade, what is this journey and transformation of being able to play Nebula for so long? What has this meant for you?
Oh, everything. It's been such a complete honor to get to play this role and to be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, how often do you get to say something as crazy as that? And it's been amazing, and I love my character so much. I love playing her, so it's been like an incredible 10 years.
Well, you're willing to do almost anything for this character. In the first film for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, we heard that you shaved your head.
I did. I shaved all of my hair off.
I mean, it's grown back lovely. But is there anything you kind of done for this film as well that tops that at all?
Well, I kind of negotiated more hair with each movie.
Yeah.
So
Very
now
good.
I get to keep my hair, but it does mean that I add an extra hour onto the makeup time in the morning because they have to wrap it under a bald cap. So you win some, you lose some.
That's better.
Straight up. Now, in this film, we're seeing you are now part of the Guardians family. But, so much of the films have really been about you and your relationship with Gamora. And now that Gamora is not here, but it's a different Gamora, how is Nebula dealing with the loss of that sister and moving forward with her Guardians family?
Well, we're seeing a very different side to Nebula this time around. Now that Thanos has been eliminated from her life and he's the source of all her trauma, she's actually starting to develop a little bit more of a lighter personality. There's a little more levity to her and a little more sense of humor, which is a kind of new sort of space for her to live in. And as for Gamora, it's almost like they've switched places in an interesting way. Nebula is now the more evolved character with more compassion, and so she kind of needs to help Gamora in that respect.
Well, you are such a bubbly person, and Nebula is becoming a little bit of a lighter character now. Do you feel like you relate to her more in any way?
I always related to her.
No.
Yeah, because I think that even though Nebula was very serious at the beginning, she was someone that is dealing with a lot of the same issues that everybody deals with. And so I've always related to her, and it's just been kind of fun to inject her with a little bit more of my own sense of humor this time around.
We have loved seeing you play this role over the past decade, and we can't wait to see this tonight. Now, do you have anything you want to say to the fans before we go?
I love you. You're the greatest fans in the world, truly. Seriously, the passion. It's electric and contagious, so thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We will send you on your way to go over and talk to the rest of the people who want to talk to you tonight. It's going to be an action-packed night all night long. And then we've got some more action coming up for us over at the other end of the carpet.
Actually, I think that we are going to be getting our own guest here as well. But in the meantime, we have to talk about what a central part of family has been for this film.
Absolutely, and we just saw the family right there. We were talking about, Nebula and Gamora, who've had to overcome, so much, trauma of their own, right? And it was really beautiful in Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where we got to see, them really break down their own walls there, where, Nebula said, you just wanted to fight, you just wanted to win, I just wanted a sister. What a beautiful moment.
Yeah, and of course, we want to hear who your favorite duos are from the Guardians team at our socials. You, of course, can go to @Marvel and follow along with our hashtag there. But in the meantime, we have one of the most exciting characters on stage with us now, Bradley Cooper, who voices Rocket.
Hey.
Hello, Bradley.
Yeah, so they love you so much. They love you so much in this film here. Now, we got to talk about, you've been voicing Rocket for almost a decade, but where you disappear into this role. Absolutely, I do not think of you in the sound booth. Where does this guy, this voice, where did this come from?
It's really, I owe it to James Gunn. When we talked about it initially, we tried out a bunch of different voices, and we landed on this one for Rocket, and it was so much fun. I've had an incredible journey. I love him so much, Rocket, I gotta say. Yeah.
Now, James has told us, that this is really a love letter to Rocket.
Yeah.
What was the collaborative process like going back to Rocket's roots?
He had mentioned, I think he had always had this in mind, even when we first talked about it years ago. And you never know if it's ever going to come to fruition. And then when I read the script and I couldn't believe, just to the extent of what he had envisioned years ago, he actually followed through with. So it was really gratifying, and to be able to work with everybody on this was, I love this movie. Yeah, I'm excited for everybody to see it.
And talking about, this journey that you have been on, what are you so excited for fans to get to experience in this film? Especially, maybe we're going to see something more from Rocket that we've not seen from before.
Yeah, well, he sort of entered into the thing in the first movie, and I think he sort of could have come across as two-dimensional, and then you started to see his heart, and now it's just, once you understand the origins of all the behavior, I think it changes the way you perceive him if you go back and watch the movies again with this knowledge.
Well, I'm so excited to see his evolution. He's gone through ups and downs, but really, we have your fans surrounding us right now. We have your fans live watching this. Is there anything you want to tell them as we end this one last ride?
I just want to say thank you for all your support, and you're the only reason we're here, and I'm just grateful to be a part of this.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Bradley Cooper. Rocket, enjoy the night. And we are now going to go over to Justin, who's got something exciting for you.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Bradley Cooper up there on the stage, just feet from us. That's an experience. I think a lot of fans are super jazzed about Adam Warlock, and I believe Adam Warlock was hinted at in one of the post-credit scenes, and I think people are super jazzed. I know growing up as a comic book fan, man oh man was I excited every time I got to see Adam Warlock. We have an Adam Warlock right here. I gotta say, man, you went all in, even down to the contacts.
Thank you so much. I'm a big Adam Warlock fan. I've been waiting for him since before the conclusion of the Infinity Saga, and so I'm just glad that he's finally here.
I love it, and I think you got to share a moment with Will Poulter earlier. I'm just gonna take a stab that might have felt great.
That was amazing. Yes.
Oh man, well there's so much to talk about here on the purple carpet. I'm just absolutely loving it. It's wild. I'm gonna get out of Bradley Cooper's way. How about that? And I'm just gonna let you take a gander at some of the sights that we're seeing here. Look at the unbridled joy. Speaking of unbridled joy, let's go back to our happy hosts at stage one.
Oh, it is so incredible to see the fans having just as fun of a time as we are with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, he moves. He's very fast. He got over there already. Well, now we're going to keep the action going on over to Tamara and Josh at the other end of the carpet.
Hello, we are so happy to be here with Beth Mickle, production designer for this incredible movie. How does it feel to be here on the red carpet tonight?
It is so exciting. This has been a very long time coming, and there's so many people that went into making this movie, and it's so exciting to see many of them here, and the ones that we know are home watching. We love you guys. We're so grateful for everything and everything everybody has done, and we're just so excited to be here. It's going to be a really good night.
So you and your team got to rebuild Nowhere after Thanos decimated it. What was that process like?
It was incredible. It was just incredible. We had an amazing art director, Sam Avila, who ushered the entire thing along, and it's just impeccable. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I should look this way. And it was amazing. And Marvel let us build up to 50 feet high. We filled a 40,000 square foot stage, and every texture was thought about, every surface was thought about, every piece of architecture was impeccable, and we had an amazing team do it and build it. So thank you all for that.
I have to actually ask about the process behind that, since we're talking to the fans who love all the behind-the-scenes stuff. When you're going through that process, what's it like? Are you coming into a room with pieces of fabric, with models, with pictures on Pinterest?
Yeah, we're coming in with all of it, and it's samples. We have amazing assistant art directors who bring all the materials in. I sit there with Sam. I sit there with Dave Scott, Alan Hook, our amazing supervising art directors. We lay it all out on a table, match everything up, see what colors go well together, and then it's amazing. You go over to the stage, and a few weeks later, those surfaces start to go up, and you start to see all of our concept art coming to life, and it's the most exhilarating process that can possibly happen on a film, and we're so grateful to be a part of it.
When the design becomes a reality and you see all the actors getting to play, what is that feeling like?
Oh, it's a pinch yourself moment where you just think, we all grew up, loving art and drawing as kids, and this is what we did, and then to see it come alive in a career and to be there, it's sort of, I describe it as 3D painting, and you step on, and then I have to say a little shout out to Chris Pratt, who is the most kind actor with any set of any actors I've ever worked with. He steps on, he does a 360, he takes it all in, he applauds, he shakes all of our hands, he high fives us, and it's just that amazing feeling of, okay, we've done a good job, we've done some justice here to this incredible film, and it's exhilarating.
Well, we are exhilarated to have you here. This is an incredible carpet, and we're going to toss it over to the top to see what's happened over there.
Well, I mean, Chris's ears must have been burning, because look who we have with us right now.
It's the man himself. We've got Chris Pratt. You've been playing Peter Quill's Star-Lord. I want to make sure I get it correct here. For almost a decade, what has this journey meant for you, being able to bring him to the fans?
Man, it's truly been a dream come true just to see everyone here doing cosplays, looking so good. We have the best fans in the world. I've just been embraced by so many wonderful folks, and have been able to travel the world and go to countries that I'd never even heard of before. I mean, it has changed my life in every single way imaginable, and I'm just so grateful, so blessed.
Absolutely. I mean, again, you've been playing this character for near a decade now, and I have to imagine there were some emotional moments in this.
Yes.
Is there anything stand out, especially with letting these characters as we know them go?
Well, I think that what stands out to me is just the friendships that I've made behind the scenes while making these films. The films are so fantastic. That's truly the destination. We're going to watch the film tonight. You'll all see it's just magnificent what James Gunn has put together for everybody. But for me, the journey getting there, it's all about the relationships, the friendships I built, the shared experiences, and the ups and downs together. It's just been what a ride.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to say to the Marvel fans as we send you on your way to go enjoy the night?
Oh, enjoy the movie. Go to the bathroom before so you don't have to get up and miss anything. Get some popcorn. We made this just for you. You're the best fans in the world. We love you so much. Thank you. We've loved being your Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, well, please go mingle with the fans. We saw you doing that ahead of time.
Bye,
they
guys.
love you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to keep the action on going on. Over to Josh and Tamara. Over.
Oh my goodness, that was so cool to talk to Beth Mickle about Chris Pratt and then go right to that interview with him.
Well, I love what you said, right? Building this entire massive scale. It's insane. 4 football lengths of set. That's unheard of.
I know, and apparently this film has the largest cockpit ever built. New way of phrasing things on a Marvel Studios film. So we're going to get to see a new spaceship for the Guardians, which I cannot wait to see.
And it really helps the actors get into not only their character, but feel what it's like to be on a ship. And what's also really cool is they got to do so many cool shots building that entire scale of that cockpit. It's insane.
Right. I mean, they've talked about how for this spaceship, actually, all of the rooms were interconnected, which let them shoot in different ways and let them do camera moves that they have never been able to do before, or would not be able to do otherwise.
I mean, the last city was 40,000 square feet of space that they filmed on. 40,000 square feet. I can't even fathom that tomorrow.
I know. If I can think about like 4 football fields, then it kind of goes down a little bit easier to kind of take in the size and scope and scale, but it's entirely appropriate for the epic conclusion to this story of these particular Guardians. And now let's go see what's happening at the very top of our carpet as we continue to tell the story of this premiere tonight.
I mean, we have with us Luis Despacito, the executive producer of this film, and also so many Marvel films we have seen.
Every single one. You're no stranger to these carpets here. And, let's talk about, the Guardians. I can't imagine when you first had pitched and were going to work on this, did you have any idea that they would be this worldwide, galaxy-wide phenomenon that they have become?
Absolutely not. When you start thinking about the Guardians, you have a talking tree that only says, I am Groot, and then a raccoon. So how is this going to be successful? But they're a misfit group of people that come together. They're a great family, like all families. They fight, they love each other, and at the end they defend each other. So it's great.
Well, like we said, you've been an executive producer for all the MCU films thus far, but especially the 3 Guardians of the Galaxy films. I mean, what's it like to see the end of this era?
Well, maybe it's not the end. We might see Guardians. But no.
This specific team,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's quite. This movie is so heartfelt and so much fun at the same time that I'm absolutely. This is the best.
Oh,
3.
Wow. And I know you don't say that lightly. I know.
Setting it up.
Yeah. Well, we're also introducing some new characters. So what was it like to bring in the High Evolutionary and Adam Warlock onto the scene?
Oh, they're bad.
Where
are they?
Okay.
We talked to them and they were like, you better be ready.
No, I don't want to. They're really good. The High Evolutionary is a great villain, and Adam Warlock. He's amazing.
Well, listen, we're surrounded by cosplayers who can defend you if they come after you for those statements. You'll be safe, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Luis.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the night. All right, we are going to keep the action on going on. Justin's got something good for us. Let's go over to Justin.
Indeed, my friends. I don't have to tell you this. The Guardians of the Galaxy have been delighting fans of Marvel Comics for decades now. Their adventures are a key pillar of the Marvel Cosmic Universe, featured in such massive events like Annihilation, War of Kings, the Thanos Imperative, and more. And I think that the best way to access stories featuring your favorite Guardians and so many more is by using Marvel Unlimited, which is your source for more than 30,000 Marvel comics. And so, we got a QR code, you know it. To celebrate the Guardians' return to the big screen, Marvel Unlimited is unlocking an exclusive offer for fans tuning in to tonight's carpet. New members can use the code VOL3 when signing up for a monthly membership to get 1 year for just $5 a month. Again, that is code VOL3 to save 50% on a new monthly membership. So scan that QR code on your screen and make sure you visit it. And so check this out, my friends. You know, for the longtime Guardians fans, you know that 2008's Guardians of the Galaxy series by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning helped usher in the modern version of the team that fans have been enjoying in Marvel Comics ever since. This groundbreaking series has now been remastered as an Infinity comic available exclusively on Marvel Unlimited. So you can easily access by scanning that QR code that was on the screen. And this new format allows readers to get some experience with this story in an all-new mobile-first design. So don't miss reading Guardians of the Galaxy. Somebody's got to do it. Infinity comic number 1 through 24, available now exclusively on the Marvel Unlimited app. All of that being said, there's even more excitement. You're going to want to see this one. Let's head back to stage 1.
All right, we're going to keep this action going on. We've got the man himself, the head of Marvel, knows all the secrets. We've got Kevin Feige here, and now we're going to get on into it. Kevin, what has it been like to be able to see the Guardians be so embraced? What does it mean for you to get to see this ragtag group of heroes embraced by the world?
What did Lou D'Esposito say? I don't want to repeat. I don't want to repeat anything Lou said. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. You know, we've got these amazing reviews already and amazing quotes talking about a brilliant finale to a brilliant trilogy, and I love that. And it's still sinking into me that this is the completion of a trilogy. I still remember those early days with the whole cast and with James and our whole team going, I wonder if anybody's going to see this crazy space movie that we want to make. And now here we are at this epic finale. It's incredible.
I mean, like we said, we got a talking tree. We've got a raccoon. Who would have expected it? And Kevin, you are such a die-hard fan yourself. That's why you're involved with this. I mean, what do you really hope fans take away from this film?
You know, the Guardians has always been about the characters. It's, I mean, all of Marvel has, but in particular these characters, which, as you point out, are so unlikely. and in the first 2 movies, you were crying over all the characters in Groot, and in this movie, crying for all of them, and really learning about Rocket. And that's one of the things James has said from the beginning. I think he decided to do this franchise because he realized how he could give empathy to this little raccoon who insists he's not a raccoon.
Well, I actually feel inappropriate ever calling him a raccoon. It feels like an offensive thing. Now, we are now further into Phase 5. Can you maybe tease to us a little bit about how this connects to the larger multiverse saga?
Well, listen, all the fans know that everything like the comics connects in certain ways, but very much, and James was always very, very direct in saying this is about these characters. It's not about the bigger world building, although everything is a piece of the puzzle, but this is really about seeing what becomes of this particular family.
Yeah, well, now we are seeing the epic conclusion to this family, but we're also getting some new characters. I mean, why was it so important to bring in characters like Adam Warlock, the High Evolutionary?
I mean, High Evolutionary was on James's list for a while, and Adam Warlock has been there since. I don't remember now, frankly. He may have been an original draft of 1. He was certainly part of the discussion, a big part of the discussion on 2, and then we seeded him a little bit in 2, and finally introducing him in this movie. And that really, I'm excited for the fans to see it, but like Mantis in Volume 2 and seeing how she's grown to now, we are meeting Adam Warlock in this movie, and I'm excited for people to see what Will has done with this, and excited to see where it can go.
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, the actors are such big fans. We're all big fans. We also have our fans live. If there's any last word you want to give to them before we head out.
Thank you. I can't wait for you to see this movie. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin, for making our nerd dreams come true and taking us on all these adventures all these years. And we're going to go on over. The action continues on over with Josh and Tamara.
Hello. We are here with Elizabeth Debicki, who plays Aisha. Last time we saw her, she was none too pleased with the Guardians. How's that going?
They're incredibly troublesome to me, so I have some beef.
Oh, no.
I do.
Well, Aisha has such a presence on camera, not only in the stature, but in the voice. How did you find that?
It comes alarmingly naturally to me, I think. But it's also it's the thing that I love about making these movies. It's like, it's this incredible world that you step into. And as soon as I was in that costume and I had that skin and I was on that set, I sort of knew I had to fill it. So it just came.
I wanted to ask you more about that, actually. When we talked on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 carpet, you talked a little bit about the process of getting into the dress. Is that the same? Has the costume changed at all?
The costume has changed. It's not the dress anymore. The dress used to take about 4 people to move. We used to sort of wrap me up like a little taco and then we'd walk. So we don't do that. It's actually, she's a little bit more movable. Yeah.
Well, you got to work with Will Poulter, who plays Adam Warlock. What was that like on set?
I adore him. And actually, I don't think I've ever laughed so much on a set in my whole life. He's very, very, very funny. He's right up there somewhere. And he's going to get a big head. But I just adored him. And it was so funny because we are dressed in these like very, very tight costumes. So laughing is sort of like, it's extremely, and I was kind of bent over and I was snapping things and things were popping because I was, just laughing a lot.
Well, since he was new to the Guardians set, was there a way that you brought him into the world and kind of schooled him in how to be a sovereign and how to take on thought?
No, because part of his character's journey is that he has to learn as he goes along. And to be honest, by the time I came on set, he'd been there for a little while, so I had to do the catching up. Yeah.
Amazing. Elizabeth, thank you so much. Congratulations on the night. We can't wait to see the film.
Thank you.
Tamara, James, how you doing over there?
Well, thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. I mean, just the action just keeps on going. It's been so amazing to get to talk to, just the cast and the crew. And one thing that's really been resonating is just like the family connection and feel and the love. Love has been the theme of the night.
It's been incredible. And, speaking of love, we do know that Peter, Quill, and Gamora are going to be on a little love-sick, bittersweet collision course in this film because we are getting this time to displace Gamora.
Right, yes. And, Peter Quill even said it way back in the beginning that we're kind of like the Sam and Diane, the will they or won't they? And every time it looked like they would, and now they won't. And so it'll be my fingers are crossed. Who doesn't like a good ending to a beautiful love story?
I mean, we really all want that unspoken thing. But we know that we have the cast and creative team talking a little bit more about this film and this one last ride.
When I first came on to play Peter Quill, the Guardians of the Galaxy were like, this ragtag squad of nobodies.
I turned in my first draft of the screenplay, and I was really afraid, but I felt good about it.
People didn't understand why we were doing that space movie with a tree and a raccoon.
I think the Guardians are so imperfect. Their pasts are not squeaky clean.
This found family, putting trauma behind them to become their best selves. There's something really special about that.
I looked around the other day and was just like, this casting is so right. Like, how did they do that? How did they find us all?
For each and every one of us to live within the Marvel universe, it's been very, very special. Everybody always comes to work with the same level of excitement since day one. We are very much committed to James' vision. He's a great captain. He really believes in this story.
Welcome to Guardians of the Galaxy!
We have so much fun because there is so much comedy in it and so much emotion.
Being on set with everyone, knowing that there's a finality to the whole experience really made me very emotional.
I mean, we're a family. They're all people that I want to keep in my life.
To be part of something that's just so universally beloved, it's special. It's hard to even put into words. It's been a blast. Are you ready?
Man, oh man, to see Chris Pratt tearing up like that, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not ready to let them go yet.
I mean, it really is going to be this emotional roller coaster, and it's something that James Gunn and the production team has been talking about, the ability just to transition between all these different tonal shifts, and for this ride with these characters that we've loved for well over a decade. Like, I'm beyond excited to go on this ride with this team one last time.
There is always such a great balance of heart and humor.
Yeah.
And again,
And also the action sequences as well, the fight choreography. I mean, we always get it. Karen Gillan is such a fierce dynamo when it comes to action. Also, Zoe Saldana, who plays Gamora, who is the fiercest woman in the galaxy. So she just always brings it. And somebody else who also brings it, it's our friends Josh and Tamara over at the other end of the carpet.
Ray and James, thank you so much. We have Sagar Sheikh from Marvel Studios, Miss Marvel. What is it like to be here at the carpet tonight?
Hi guys, this is cool. Usually we do it outside. I think this is the first time I've come to an indoor premiere.
Not too bad, huh?
And it's nice. I like it.
Right, we've got, climate protection. It's been raining so much here in Los Angeles, and it's live. You never know who you're going to see. What is your favorite thing about coming? Is there someone you're looking forward to seeing tonight?
I mean, everybody. I'm really looking forward to watching the movie. It's so cool to walk inside and just see, like, Chris Pratt. Like, how insane is that? What is happening to my life right now? It's really cool. I'm here for it.
What resonates with you in a Guardians film?
Just like how insanely wild it is, and you just don't know what you're gonna expect. The comedy, the Drax, Groot.
Wait, I wanna hear you talk more about Drax, because he's one of my favorites. I seriously think he's maybe the most literal being in the galaxy.
Yeah, because when you watch him wrestle, his characters, I mean, that's like a different person, right? And you don't see him as someone who would be into doing comedy. And then you watch him in a movie like Guardians of the Galaxy, and you're just like, dude, you can do it all, man. You're so funny. And it's like, I don't even know if you're trying to be funny, but you're doing an amazing job at it. And yeah, big fan.
Well, there's a Drax somewhere here on the premiere. They're standing completely still, but we just don't know where they are. They're invisible.
Yeah. He's perfected it. he's got it down. Yeah.
If you were to go throughout the galaxy with one Guardian, who would you choose?
I mean, either Groot or that's a tough one because Gamora, because she's Gamora.
Enough said. I think that's all we need to say, right? Well, thank you so much for stopping and talking to the fans and having a great time with us tonight. Enjoy the movie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Ray and James, how you doing all over there?
Wow, Josh and Tamar with those tough questions, because even I don't think I could answer that, because I'd want to bring them all, and I know I can't, but I would want to bring them all.
Speaking of who I would bring, though, it's probably Rocket.
Yes, yes.
And we've talked to so many people tonight, James, Chris, Bradley, all talking about how important Rocket is to this. And he's had such an evolution since the first film, James.
Right, it really has. I mean, he's just gotten such an evolution. When we first meet him, Rocket just this bounty hunter working with Groot, trying to collect that coin. But then he really starts to bond with the rest of the Guardians team, and they really become a family as it grows on. And, it's in Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that Yondu has this moment where he calls him out and he says, you know what? You're just like me. You when people get too close, you push them away. And it was like, dang, even I felt that. I felt like I was getting some therapy in a moment.
I think Justin is actually looking at Rocket's costume as we speak. Incredible. Justin, you got to show us. I need to see it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, to be this close, I feel like I'm having a collector moment here. That's bad. But look at this, one-to-one scale. This is the actual costume. Look at the ornate design. Look at the stitch work on this thing. Let's start up at the top. That collar perfectly stitched up there, form-fitting. Who wouldn't love to wear that? I just think that is such a cool and tight look. And then you have the beautiful emblem there in the center. I love the way that the lines and kind of the embellishments on this are cruising down there, and it gives it this sort of future retro vibe that I'm totally digging. And of course, Rocket is certainly known to be a little bit scrappy, so you can see some wear and tear on that belt there. And I just got to say that, you know, the people who are putting these ideas together, I mean, they just do such a masterful job of this. And then, you know, next door over here, certainly larger in stature, but not in my excitement or enthusiasm, because I love them both. You've got Star-Lord himself. And so Star-Lord, a similar sort of costume, but you see he has a little bit more going on with the shoulders and on the arms there. I think that's probably to denote Peter Quill and his stature, right, as leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then lastly, I mean, look at the way the blasters just unite with this costume. There's just so much enthusiasm and kind of authority, which is kind of weird for Peter Quill, but maybe that's a sign of what's to come. Speaking of what's to come, what is to come from stage one?
I mean, we have so many recreations of these costumes with our fans, our cosplayers here. It's getting a little quiet, guys. I want to hear how excited you are. They are surrounded by these costumes and these sets. And like I said, they did an incredible job at bringing these characters to life on their own. I almost feel like I'm on the set of the movie right now.
I really do. I feel like I'm on their headquarters nowhere, because we're surrounded by so many of the characters that we see, you know, in it. We're seeing all these cosplayers who are, you know, just replicating what we see in the actual film there. And, you know, we were talking over about Rocket. You know, we were talking about Rocket earlier, and just that evolution of Rocket, who they love, is just such a fan favorite and just the heart and soul of this film. And, you know, when we were talking about earlier, you know, when you get to Marvel Studios Avengers Endgame, that you see how much his family meant to him, because that's what's driving him to get them back. He's talking to Thor and he's like, I just want my family back. And that is what he's trying to do.
It was so emotional to see how heartfelt he got when Thanos did the snap, and he was holding Groot.
Like, no.
Groot dissipated, and I'm going to cry already now. I can't talk about it.
But they came back. They came back.
Exactly.
All right, we're good.
Him and Nebula were able to join up with the Avengers and bring the entire team back, and that's how you know it really is family for them. Look at that Rocket cosplayer we see right there. Fierce and fabulous.
Give a shimmy for Rocket over there. And we're really excited for, in this film, we're going to get to see, like they were saying, more of the backstory of Rocket. We're going to get to see where Rocket came from. But, you know, everyone who has a history, it might come back to haunt them, and that might be the thing for Rocket as well. So we're going to find out what's going to happen.
You know, it's going to hurt to watch his origin story, because you know it's a little traumatic, but baby Rocket, I mean, I cannot wait to see.
I saw it in the trailer. It was so cute.
Josh, Tamara, there's so much about this movie to share. What have y'all got happening over there?
Ray, James, I want to talk a little bit about the music, because music is so iconic in the Guardians film. I mean, hooked on a feeling, right?
Right, absolutely. I mean, from the very beginning, music has not only brought a lot of delight to us in trailers, but also really been part of the narrative of how these movies get told.
I mean, so many fans, you've talked to them and go, what do you remember most about Guardians films? They'll connect it to a song that they heard. The soundtrack, I listen to it while I'm cleaning my apartment, while I'm walking my dog. It's so good and iconic. And then what I love the most about it, honestly, is the heart. You feel that pulling your heartstrings.
I just want to know, if I put on the soundtrack, will you come over and clean my apartment? He didn't like that one, did he? But I do have to say, too, I've got to give a shout out to the score, because these films have such beautiful scores, and I feel like they really help to punctuate some of those emotional moments. Like, I think about the moment in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie where Groot comes and embraces everybody, and we get the lights and the score swells, and it just... man, it still moves me thinking about it.
I mean, Ronan the Accuser was defeated via dance battle, so music is in their veins. John Murphy, who's the composer of this film, he's going to bring such a beautiful composition to this film, which I can't wait. He also worked on the holiday special, so we know how epic it's going to be.
That's right, and in the holiday special, too, we get a little bit of original music, which is super fun, and by the Nowhere Men, which is our fake band, which is actually a real band, the Old 97s, which apparently is one of James Gunn's favorites, so that's super fun to see.
Did you know Kevin Bacon could totally sing?
Yes, he actually has been, he's part of the Bacon Brothers. He and his brother have had a band for a long time, so it's super fun to see that all happen together.
I love it, and this goes to show in Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, we also kicked it up a notch. In the beginning, Groot had to play that music, Baby Groot, in the beginning while they were facing off against a giant alien.
And I actually love the recurring joke that, like, Groot dances and Drax never sees it. Like, he goes, he freezes. He goes, he freezes. But it just goes to show you how music isn't just there as an add-on, but it's actually something that's buried deep into the narrative of these films and really helps to tell the story.
And Peter now has upgraded to a Zune. I cannot wait for that because I had one as a kid. How y'all doing, Ray and James over there?
Really just watching and loving the dance moves that are happening over there. Y'all are having too much fun tomorrow, Josh, with the dances. We gotta have a dance battle of our own over here. But it's been really just amazing just to watch, this era that we were talking about of our Guardians team. It's really, ending as we know it, for this team.
Yeah, I mean, again, it is the last big ride, and we know there are so many behind-the-scenes looks that all the fans want to see, and I'm excited that we do have another look for you, hosted by Chris Pratt, having us going out with a bang. Take a look now.
What's up, everybody? Chris Pratt here. They've given me a camera and a list of rules, all of which I'm going to ignore.
To be reunited with this Guardians family for Volume 3, it's really fantastic.
We're genuine fans, so there's something really sweet about geeking out on set.
You had me at...
Hello.
The Guardians is about humor, it's about action, it's about cosmic adventures.
Drax, sit up!
That's what it's here for. Drax, it's called a sofa. It's not a bed.
Well, I find it hard to believe it doesn't have multiple purposes.
But it's really about this found family.
Don't forget where we came from.
This is a Rocket origin story. We are learning more and more about what Rocket has been through.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Let's give the galaxy something to remember us by.
It's so beautiful.
Everything is in the detail.
It's imagination, music, beautiful imagery. It's really a fantastic story from the brain of a mad genius, James Gunn.
Everything that drives it is that emotional center of all of these characters who are all outsiders.
We have been running our whole lives. Pete,
I'm done running.
I love everybody, and I'm so proud of what we've accomplished. I want you all to know that I am grateful to fight beside my friends.
It's another rock opera. It's really fantastic, and it wraps it up in a way that really only James could.
Are you ready for one last ride? We'll all fly away together into the forever and beautiful sky.
Thank God I don't operate the camera for this movie, because if I did, it would look terrible.
Absolutely beautiful. The heart and the passion that is behind the scenes of making this, this film. We're really seeing the family all come together, an artistic, creative family to make this film.
Yeah, I'm glad we got that creative team because as Chris Pratt said, thank God he's not operating that camera. That was an angle if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. But we're going to keep the action going on over there on the other side of the carpet. Tamara and Josh got another scoop. Let's hear from them.
Hey, y'all, we got Linda Cardellini, who plays Lila.
Hi.
Now, Marvel fans know you as Laura Barton,
That's
and
right.
now you're playing Lila. Tell us a little bit about Lila.
I'm so excited. I mean, I get to be in the Avengers, and then I get to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy. What could be better than that?
Not too bad.
I play Lila, the otter. So I play not a live-action person. I play an animated character. So I think I could do both.
I definitely think you can do both. And actually, I'd love to know a little bit more about what it's like being voice directed by James Gunn.
Oh, it's great. I've known James forever, and I love him so much. And so it was really fun to get a chance to work together again. And it was on set. We were wearing, mocap suits and working together with Michaela and awesome. I mean, it was just, and Sean, it was just so much fun. And we really got to do some great acting, which then gets translated into, or some great scenes anyway, and gets translated into these characters. It's really fun to see what that's going to turn out to be like. Yeah.
Now, in voiceover work, what do you resonate with most, rather than bringing like Laura Barton to life, now a voiceover character like Lila?
Boy, you just kind of try to do the same thing, and the rest of it's out of your control. So, yeah.
I do think it's really fun that there's now been this clip released online where we see you and Rocket talking about how you got your names. Did it resonate with you when you found out your name was Lila, but one of Laura Barton's kids is Lila?
Oh, my daughter's name's Lila too. Yeah, my daughter's name is Lila Rose. So yes, yeah. Yep, there's a lot of Lilas out there, but it's a great name, so.
I love that. Now, we also got more stuff coming up to you. How you doing, Ray and James?
Listen, it makes sense that she voiced Lila because she is just as adorable.
Absolutely. And again, just the family of Marvel, right? Like she is back in a whole new role and a whole new world. And again, helping us to understand more about who Rocket is and where Rocket is coming from.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know we've gotten a peek at it, but there are just so many new characters being introduced to us. And I cannot wait to see who else was a part of Rocket's origins and evolution.
Yeah, and I'm also very interested too. We've seen so many new characters are coming to the scene. I'm so curious to see. We got, Maria Bakalova was very tight-lipped about Cosmo, but I'm excited to see the new dynamic and energy that Cosmo brings in because the team itself is just a cast of characters, right? There's so many different personalities, but I feel like Cosmo's going to add in a whole new dynamic and energy to the mix.
I mean, in the holiday special, we did get a little tease of her working with her kinetic skills over there.
Yeah.
So we can only expand on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So cool. And also to see, Groot too. I always like to see, because every film we're getting a new iteration, a new evolution of Groot. And they're all so wonderful in their own way. I've definitely loved Baby Groot, Teen Angsty Groot, so who knows what we're going to see with this version of Groot here.
Well, tell us who your favorite Groot is with our social channels. You can always go to @Marvel to find us. Also, follow along with that hashtag. Like I said, let us know your favorite iteration of Groot. Let us know all of your thoughts and wants for this film. It is so lovely to always have you guys a part of this conversation with us.
Yeah, and something else that I'm really looking forward to is the music. We were talking earlier, Josh and Tamara were talking about the music earlier, and it really is like the other Guardian, It's
the whole character.
And it really goes back to that first moment in Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 when Peter Quill is about to go get the Power Stone, and he presses play on his Walkman, and you're like, oh, we're going on it. And he dances to go get it. We're like, we're in a different adventure here. This is going to be epic.
Look at the baby Groot right now.
Speaking
Honestly,
into existence.
Might be my favorite. No, but it's true. I mean, even we were rocking out earlier to the music. We got to hear it a little bit before this carpet started. I mean, one thing that I would really love is to find James Gunn's secret Spotify playlist.
Yeah, we would love to, yeah. And, speaking of something else, we want to go over to our friend Justin, who he's got some great action going on at his end of the carpet.
Guys, it's really true. I can't believe I'm standing here. I feel like I need a carpet sample because this is some hallowed ground right here. In addition to having all of the stars here, Jeffrey Wright is now taking photos of this incredible backdrop that you see behind me. And I got to say, the scope and scale of this thing just feels so tremendous. And you can't help but smile and feel glee and absolute pure excitement about what's to come. I mean, look at this. Everybody just wants to stand right here and get a picture with this incredible backdrop. Clearly, no expense was spared in creating this thing, and I'm not going to upstage anybody else here. In general, my night has been chock full of enthusiasm and excitement, but also mostly getting out of the way of incredibly famous people. And I got to say, what a pleasure and an honor it has been to get out of everyone's way. Speaking of getting out of the way, I got to do that right now. I'm going to send the cameras back up to the front, and we'll check in with you guys.
Well, we know you're right behind us, Justin. I hope you enjoy the view. Look at you right over there, my friend.
You're never in the way. You're right where you're the guy getting all the scoops down there in the trenches and all the action.
I'm the man with the fans, as he calls himself.
That's who he is, absolutely. And there's just so many exciting things that we're going to continue going on with the action here. But what's been one of your favorites of the night so far, Ray?
Ooh, I mean, it had to have been speaking to Palm Clementieff about Mantis. Yeah. And as she said, Mantis loves you, and she seems to love Mantis so much. Just such a genuine character for her to play. 100%. What about yourself?
Well, I love hearing just the evolution of Mantis as well. And something else that has surprised me is just how tall everybody is. Yes. I mean, James Gunn so tall, Will Poulter. But we're going to keep the action moving on. We've got Tamara and Josh. What you got going on over there?
Well, it's funny hearing you two talk about how tall everybody is, because me and all of my 4'11 splendor standing next to Elizabeth Debicki, who is gorgeous and statuesque, was really fun.
Well, that's who Aisha needs to be, right? Someone who, when you see, you feel that presence, that regalness of, I don't want to steal batteries from this person, and yet Rocket did so anyway.
No, I do not want to get on the wrong side of Aisha. She's so incredibly commanding. She's got such a great presence. But the presence here tonight has really been incredible, just being here as everybody reunites. Just a few minutes ago, we saw James Gunn walking through with some of the cast.
Yeah, it's electric, it's intergalactic, it's cosmic. Everyone is dressed their best and they're feeling incredible. And every time we talk to someone, they are thanking everyone that worked on this film and all the fans around them. So they know that, we're so grateful to be here. because of everyone else around us.
That's right. It really does have a team spirit, both in front of and behind the camera. I mean, talking with Beth Mickle, I love that she was giving shout-outs to so many people on her team, because this was a massive, massive set design. It was a massive production design. So many pieces went in, and so I'm so glad everybody's getting a chance to enjoy that tonight.
Yeah, and also the emotional impact that this film is going to have. Everyone, when we're talking to them, they know. They're like, are you ready? Are you sure you're ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. And we're just at the precipice of this premiere.
I know, the look on Meng Zhang's face when we were talking with her, and like, she's like, oh my gosh, tissues, we all need tissues. What's going to happen to Rocket? Like,
Yeah, and so she Gomez, too. She's like, wait a second, I had to bring tissues, I didn't bring them with me.
I know. It's okay. I've got plenty of them to spare because I know that we're in for a ride. But I also can't wait for the humor, too, that it's interspersed with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a roller coaster. That emotion, that humor, that heart, that love, that family bond, those misfits that are together now and saving the galaxy, saving each other. But we got so much more ahead of this night, y'all. Let's go to James and Ray at the front of the carpet.
All right, thank you. And you can hear the fans are just so excited because there's still more stars coming on in. You know, I got eyes on him. It is Vin Diesel just walked in, and that's why you're seeing and hearing the fans go so wild.
An incredible
He's right there.
suit.
Oh, man.
Oh,
and
my
wait till you
goodness.
see this suit. There he is. There's our guy. Welcome. Hi, Vin, right here. Vin Diesel,
my friend.
right here. He's just showing some love to the fans. If Vin, you want to come right on over here, If you want to come stand right over here, and we'll talk to the fans right there. Now we gotta talk. Vin, we got the fans. You're live right there. You can come on and stand right on over here as well, live with the Marvel fans. Talk to us about your Groot-inspired look for the night.
My Groot-inspired look. I think the jacket speaks for itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, can I borrow it?
Yes, you can borrow it. It's kind of become a tradition to wear a Groot-inspired jacket, and then at the end of the movie, have everyone sign it for charity.
Oh, I love that, Vin.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you are clearly an empathetic, emotional man, and
Yes,
so
I am.
is Groot. Yeah, it's true,
And
though.
so is Groot.
I know. And I mean, he is, short with words, but he's got a lot to say with those words.
That's right. He conveys a lot with 3 monosyllabic words. Yeah, that's right.
3. It's actually 4 because
3.
we've heard
That's
we
right.
are Groot occasionally.
That's right. There's a we every now and then.
If I could, but I would never dare try to fight Groot because we know who's going to win. But I did want to talk about, you have just those 3 lines, I am Groot. What is the journey? What has this taught you as an actor to only have those 3 words, but to be able to put so much emotion and story into it? What's that journey been like for you?
Well, I'll tell you all about it. First of all, it started when I was a kid, see? So I'm lucky in that James Gunn would always write a script that had the line that was intended.
Oh.
And so I'm the only person in the world that has this script. But there's a line of dialogue for every single I am Groot. And sometimes it's a whole paragraph.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
incredible.
I'm really
I mean,
lucky. So I got to give it up to James.
Yeah, that is so intentional. Also, such a great tool to have as an actor because you're always trying to interpret yourself, but to have James leading that is amazing. So, we've seen Groot in literally every phase of life now, and now we're getting young adult Groot. What can you tease about that for us?
Oh, God.
Yeah, what's going on with this Groot?
Well, let's just say there's always been a promise for Alpha Groot. And I would just say be patient and watch the whole movie.
Oh, thanks, Vin. I know your fans appreciate all of this. The suit is great. And I know Justin has more going on with us at his side of the carpet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm still down here with the fans, the man with the fans. Are we having an incredible night tonight or what? I know. And I just wanted to check in with one Hold on. Guys. Hold on. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Wait. This isn't the director, no. Wait, I'm hearing something about, what? A looming what? Looming invasion, got it. Looming invasion, we're gonna wanna check this out.
Fury. you've been gone. Things have gotten much worse. How do you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers? This war is one I have to fight. Alone.
You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury. One last fight.
That was something else so intense, huh? All of that action, all of that intrigue, all of that and even more coming to you on Disney Plus June 21st. All of that, it has me wondering, who can I even trust anymore? And that feeling, well, it's got me feeling a little green. I'm going to address that situation, and in the interim, hand it off to you all at the front of the carpet.
What an incredible carpet this has been. I mean, you almost got into a Groot tuffle.
Well, I'm not a tussle. We were just working something out. I would never go toe-to-toe with Groot. Would never dare to. We've had such a great time tonight. And, we want to check in with our friends Tamara and Josh to also see what were some of their highlights for the evening. Hi, Tamara and Josh.
Hi, hi, hi. We have had so many great moments here in the crush of it all. We've gotten to talk to so many people. I have to say, talking with Menga Zhang, she's so enthusiastic about this. And also talking with Linda Cardellini about Lila, who I'm loving in the clips I'm seeing so far. What about you, Josh?
Talking to Beth Mickle, learning about how the set was made, what it was like for people to step on it for the very first time, and that reaction, and just like the thanking of everybody who was a part of that heartfelt push was absolutely incredible. I mean, James, Ray, what about you? What are your favorite moments?
I mean, as such a fan myself, it was just seeing everyone we had on stage and having the fans and cosplayers around us super loud tonight. I mean, their energy is so excited. They cannot wait to see this final film, just as we cannot, James.
Absolutely. And I will say, my favorite moment just happened moments ago. The whole entire getting to talk to Vin Diesel, voices Groot. First of all, knowing that there is a secret script that only he has that has everything about what Groot is actually saying, that was such a mind-blowing moment. And I just love hearing talking about the passion, and you can feel it when he's saying, I am Groot, every time there's something more. And just getting a little sneak peek about what's happening in the background, it's just such a highlight.
I mean, that suit. Josh and Tamara, you have any comments on the fashion tonight, but that suit might take the cake.
Well, yeah, how do you top that suit? You talk about fashion for the red carpet, but we have seen some incredible looks here tonight, right?
Incredible looks. Let's go ahead and take a sneak peek out of the awesome fashion for tonight. And that was just a little bit of the incredible fashion for tonight. It has been such an amazing evening. Thank you all for watching tomorrow. It's been great.
Oh my gosh, thank you all for watching. It has been a privilege to be your guardians of the purple carpet. All right, let's take it home at the top of the carpet.
Oh, we love to hear it. Yes, absolutely. But before we go, we do also want to check in with our friend Justin, who got his steps in. He was working every inch of this carpet. Truly. Justin, what was your highlight for the night?
Oh, man, I gotta say, I love being the man with the fans. I love being the boy with the toys. I just love hanging out. I love harnessing and feeling the enthusiasm, the excitement, and all of the hard work that gets put into a project like this. I'm just so grateful to be a part. Man, what a team. What a team.
Yes, what a team indeed. And so speaking of the team, all this action all night long was being brought to you, presented by Lego Marvel. So we want to thank them for bringing all this action to you all night long. Now, this movie is just about to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and watch it as well. But for you at home, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, go and get those tickets. You're going to want to see this on the biggest screen possible and experience it with everybody you possibly can when this film hits theaters in the U.S. on May 5th.
But before we fully sign off tonight, we want to leave you with one last look at the Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer.
Have a good night.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends. Incinerate them. We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not
bring
me into
this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.